might have seminars you might go to tell you build wealth. You might go to places that'll tell you about health screening, a free health screening. But all those things they tell you to do about building wealth and health screening, none of those people can go in and look at the heart. I'm talking about the intent of the heart, or how to fix the heart, or find the real problems of the heart. That's why a lot of people join and go to things and do. They get people, I just like to go, travel. It don't matter where. It's a reason why. Because it gives them an escape from who or where they are. And that temporary escape gives them that little validity of feeling like, you know, if I just keep going, that something will happen. It's kind of like they said a dog chasing his tail. Maybe eventually he'll get it, but when he do, it's to his hurt. A dog catching his tail is not the solving of a riddle. Y'all got me? Once a dog does finally catch it and bite it, realize it was kind of dumb. Kind of like we were saying how you can just find yourself veering off. So what we get the opportunity to do by the grace of Yahuwah is to be able to come in, hear the Dabarim, and consider. Do a real self-examination of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, ain't nothing more important than you being saved. But all the laughter, all the singing, all the playing, all the eating, all the hugging, all the shaking, everything. That resting place for my soul, the most important thing that come up. Y'all got me? There's a lot of things I have on calendar, on date to do, and things I want to do, I like to try to do. But the most important of all those things that I look to achieve, I got to be saved. Everybody here, you got to be saved. That's the most important thing. I wouldn't want to be a part of somewhere that my salvation was not important, because that's important. What's important to me, I want to be important to somebody else. Y'all feel the same way? I go into the doctor, I sit in there, he tells me, like, you like these pictures on my wall? I really didn't come there about those pictures on your wall. What you think about this school right here I went to? I really didn't come there. If you go to the doctor, you go there because I'm trying to fix something or find out what's going on, correct? Well, you here because you're trying to fix something or find out what's going on. And if things are good, you're trying to see if you need to keep maintaining those same works. That's why you're here. Y'all got me? So don't let yourself get kind of lost and sidetracked with a lot of other things that can tend to pull us away, and before you know it, you find yourself kind of, and I missed something. At this point, in this stage in our life, we can't afford to miss nothing. Y'all got me? With us going back through re-examining and putting up the Abari words, I want to get sidetracked with that. I want to always keep in mind and keep, center for us. It's about our salvation first. As Shaul said, I'd rather speak 5 words of understanding than 10,000 that have no understanding. Y'all got me? I don't want you to get lost or captured up in, oh, I'm learning the language now. Oh, I'm on my way. If it don't keep us, if it's not keeping us, the language not going to change nothing. Y'all got me? The language not going to change nothing. Because it's the fear and the reverential awe that you have to have for Elohim. If you don't have that, the people that came before us spake the language. Yet they still turned aside. So is it the language versus the fear versus the desire? Which is going to be greater? Don't get sidetracked. I've seen a lot of people come. And I know I say stuff. I get upset when I think about how if all these camps, include myself, if a lot of us put a lot of stuff aside and made the people our primary source and salvation our primary source, a lot of this stuff could be fixed. And a lot of our people won't be out here dispersed in all these different little tents and huts and cabinets and whatever people building up. It just be honest, it would. A lot of our people, these men wouldn't be doing the stuff they're doing. They'd be putting these homes back together. The women would be better mothers, better sisters. Just a whole line of stuff could be fixed if all of us could put aside our own pride and other different things we try and do, or making sure we still over something or run something, or making sure I got an edge up on you and know more than you versus let's sit down and make sure make it about the people. Y'all got me? I'm open invitation. Open invitation. I ain't preaching nothing in the dark. I'm opening it up, live streaming, open. What y'all will learn, I put up here, anybody get it. If you can fix it, I welcome you to do it. It ain't a challenge of trying to be above nobody or trying to embarrass nobody, but at the end of the day, it's about our soul salvation more than anything else, right? While the bickering and arguing going and the fighting is going on who's the best or who passes no more than the other, who's the victims? The people. Because a lot of times people are going to tend to lean with who they like. How many of y'all remember the Buster Douglas and the Mike Tyson fight? Who remember who won? But who in here know who really won? Who won? Mike Tyson. See, we went with who we like. See what I show you? It don't matter about rules. It don't matter. In a game, when they put a referee up there, the referee just a deciding factor. There, y'all lost the championship because of referee deciding factor. Now, people like, how many of y'all remember that when Miami lost that game? Who did Ohio State y'all lost it to? The referee called it. Who they said, well, who won it? Miami won it. Ohio won it. Who really won it? Miami. You see what happened? Because that's who we like, right? You see how you tend to go because if you, and I use those small examples, just showing you how sometimes we tend to do things. We won't look at a lot of time what's right and what's wrong. We'll look at what we like. If I like you enough, it don't matter. In my eyes, you still a winner. You just lost. You know how people say that? You just lost. You know what? You always a winner in my book. To me, you won. Now, what's wrong with me? See, we got to stop letting a lot of this other stuff out here play such a binding part on us that we make things about our soul salvation. I can lose a race. That ain't got nothing to do with my salvation. I can be corrected. Somebody can come and say, let me show you something, Smith. This is wrong, and I'm going to show you why it's wrong, because this is right. This doesn't make me less of Elohim. What shows whether or not I am an Elohim if I can take the correction. See, I knew he wasn't right. He had to be corrected. Well, you know who he loved. That's who he chasing. We got a lot of issues we have to fix. Because we'll make things about if I had to be corrected, I got to be chasing. See, I knew I couldn't be saved. But then you're not actually being paying attention because who he loved, that's who he chasing. And he scourged every being whom he received. And a lot of times we kind of miss that focal point. I like to laugh. Y'all know I like to laugh and have fun. I'm never going to play with you guys' salvation. This ain't nothing to play about. I don't find that funny. I don't find that funny. You got people liars in your hand and you wouldn't just go recklessly and drive these people straight out to hell. Somebody said, well, I wouldn't do it to them. I'd do it to myself. I still say you're dangerous. I'm not going to justify with saying I wouldn't do it to you. I'd do it to myself. Well, if I do it to myself, why wouldn't I do it to you? You think I think you better than me? You see how sometimes we hear people say stuff? I wouldn't mess you up. I mess myself up first. That's still dangerous. You see how sometimes we get accustomed to hearing sayings and phrases, and before you know it, man, you get lost in the rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? You just find yourself repeating stuff all the time that make no sense. But like I say, my hands are tied. Does that make sense? But I just played you for a fool. You see him say, man, I'm telling you, my hands are tied. So we got to start examining everything. Most important thing that we have here at the way of Yah. First is Elohim's Dabarim, which would be of none effect if we didn't have his people. He sent it to his people. That's what he used to bring and call us back. That's what he used to bring us to the calling of assembly. This is what he used to cause our action and our reaction. It's Dabarim. And this is what you want to use to examine yourself. And you have to sit down and you got to make a real conscious decision. Or when you decide to sway or turn or doubt or disbelieve or failure, why? Why bring destruction to yourself? So we got to talk about loving ourselves. Loving ourselves don't consist of clothes and jewelry and fine houses and cars or any of these other things. Loving ourselves start with knowing who we are and who our Creator is. Y'all got me? And understanding his purpose. Come in subjection to his purpose. That's what we're here for. That's why he says speak does once, twice, but man does what? So it's going to be a need to have somebody here to try to change your depth of perception. That's what your eyes do. Your eyes take in color, light, being, then it forms shape. That's what he needs your mind to do when it come down to the Dabarim. Y'all all right? He ain't got to clock me in. I'm already in. We'll pray when we get finished. Roll the board out here. There's some things I would like for you guys to know that I wanted to tell you guys. I think we'll go a different way. I don't want you burning gas, missing work, taking time off. You could be doing a whole lot of other things if you ain't hearing about how your soul got to be saved. Y'all got me? All the omnis, all the preeminence go to him. Isn't that right? Good to see you, Belinda. We missed. I was just helping my wife today. Isn't that right? That is so beautiful. She had taught her ballet teacher, and they gave her off for this Purym. And that's best. They had to do it. They had a big skit yesterday they had to do, but they told her she can't be off this Sunday. That's good, Belinda. Good to let y'all mess with them. We were talking a little bit yesterday, and we kind of ventured off. So I guess it's going to be a 2-day event now, which it is. I really want us to consider, and getting up and allowing you guys to get up and speak and confess. It works well for me as it does with a doctor, because you kind of got an idea where your patient's hurting at. You won't find a doctor just walk right in and start prescribing. First of all, they'll talk with a patient, kind of find out what you got going on, and while they're listening, they're kind of considering in their minds other cases that they had similar to it, other treatments they've used in the past, and what's been successful. And you'll find what most will do, they'll leave the room and they'll tell you they'll get back with you. They go back, then at that point, they got opportunity, chance to kind of go back through data. That data they go through kind of help them eliminate certain things and consider certain things and look at averages. Y'all got me? The doctor do no more than what a lot of other people do. They just been taught on how to source things. You'll look at a doctor, of course, you'll look at them as somebody grading a student. The only thing they did is just like they taught you in college. They just taught you how to go and how to get sources. Listen, my doctor good. He's been doing it for 40 years. I go in and I tell him it's because he's seen enough for it, but some stuff he don't have to go and source back to. But the average, I'm going to go back and they used to have the book years ago. They had a little medical book. They go back and read, but then they got it at a fingertip. They don't have to go to a computer. They can do it from their phones now. And you got a site they can go to, and they can kind of look, and they can find cases and look at similar things that happen, and they can kind of narrow down the situation, say, what we're going to do, we're going to try this, and I'm going to prescribe this. Y'all got me? Well, what we're trying to do, and I look to do to you guys, is try to prescribe something to you. Y'all got me? We're going to look at this EU again. EU 33 and 14. EU 33 and 14. There you go, Peter. Turn up a little louder. No, that's fine. Turn up a little louder. The people at the hotel over across the street, they couldn't hear it. If y'all would be so kind when y'all have your phones and y'all use I know a lot of y'all use your phones for reading. Just turn your volumes off so that way, don't disturb your neighbor. Listen, 33 and 14. Listen.
If he set his heart upon Ish, if he gather unto himself his ruach and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and Ish shall turn again unto the dust. Mm-hmm. If now thou hast understanding, hear this, hearken to the voice of my Dabarim.
Why do you think we stopped? Why did you stop? I'm just asking for it. What made you stop? Was that one of the moments where you just like, well, man, we can't never get them seconds. If people at home right now, that time, they're trying to go back and run. They can't get that back. Go ahead. I do that sometimes watching movies. I miss a spot or something, I might click it back. Or a TV news segment, mostly I look and I hit it back. And I go back and I say, now, why I've been going back to get this? Some other news done went. Now when I get in, I'm going to be behind. Some stuff you just got to leave it behind. So like Shiloh said, and press toward the mark. Isn't that right? Because while I'm going back to hear something they said, I done missed some new information. Now I look at, even though I say, well, I keep watching, I'll catch up. I realize I'm behind. So I wind up having to say, you know what? I got to drop what I didn't know at that point. I got to keep moving. Listen.
For Elohim speaketh once,
yea,
twice,
but man
perceiveth it not.
We talked about that again, by perception. Isn't that right? In the book of Odiyah, Odiyah 4, 16. Listen.
And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Shabbat Yom.
And what happened?
And stood up for to read.
What happened?
And there was delivered unto him the book of the Nabi Yeshayahu.
Yeah.
And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, The Ruach of Yahuwah is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the Dabar to the poor.
Yeah.
He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted,
Yeah.
to preach deliverance to the captives,
And do what?
and recovering of sight to the blind.
So that's what he realized. See, when we heard EU's speech, EU told us that Elohim done spoke once, even twice. He said, but man has become blind. It was a need for him to come on the scene. See, the problem that we heard from the Baal when they told us what was going to happen with us, now we started to come back and look at where our problem was. Isn't that right? It's been in the way we've been perceiving things. Because our concept has been that somebody came and died for us and it don't matter what we do. And then when we feel displaced or something not going the way we want, then we find an excuse that we can try to blame something on so we can be excusable when it comes down to us getting outside or altering the Dabarim. Y'all got me? Just being honest. I heard everybody. It's an excuse. It's all excuses. I ain't using none. And I say that to say, if he can keep one man, don't tell me he can't keep everybody. But you got to want to be kept. I excuse none of your behavior. I vindicate none of you guys' behavior. I come back to tell you things have to be rectified. Y'all got me? And the fact that he's speaking to us because he's trying to get us to turn from something. Listen to what is he told in EU.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
To preach the acceptable year of Yahuwah.
See that? That's amazing because right now we're at the end of the year for us. He's preaching the acceptable year of Yahuwah. There's a time when certain things are expected to happen. Isn't that right? Just like us. That's why we look for the sun, the moon, the stars, all these different things that happen in the constellation because we look for these art. Y'all got me? So we're looking for a time that he said is acceptable time. That acceptable time is when he's coming in to gather. You can't, men don't just gather at any time. You all right? We're looking at the acceptable time, meaning when he come by to gathering his fruit into his barn, we're looking to be acceptable. Y'all hear me? We're looking to be approved of him. When Yehukanan seen some come to his immerse, he told him to bring forth, what was it again? Fruit? Acceptable. That's why our problem is. A lot of times you might bring things, but he don't accept it. At the 12th chapter of the book of Romans. At 12 o'clock. 12:01. You know, that's some information that I can give you guys. Really good information you would have gotten. But then you got to look at people's problem. We're trying to fix the problem. Don't make sense to come and serve and give. You don't pay to go to hell. You don't want to pay to go to hell. That's a free expense. You're giving up a lot, but that's a free expense. I wouldn't come sit and just go to hell. And I know what some say, yeah, it don't make sense. Just go on out in the street and do it. I tell you to do that. Because either way, it's dumb. It's dumb to sit and pay to go to hell, and it's definitely dumb to go out in the street. It's just dumb. It ain't like it's an escape or one is easier. Which is easier? Neither one is convenient. So now we got to sit back and look at what really makes sense for us. Listen.
I beseech you, therefore, Aki.
I ask you, therefore, Aki, by what?
The mercies of Elohim.
I can't imagine what?
That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
What else?
Kudash.
And?
Acceptable unto Elohim, which is your reasonable service.
The fruit that he's looking to come and gather into a barn, is it overly above my ability to do it? No, it's acceptable. That's what he's looking for anyway. That's why he's giving us the Dabarim. At one time, people could be left to speculate. That's why people are constantly evolving, going to Christianity, accompanying Christianity. Christianity leads everything to the thought of mind. It's about, what is this saying to you right now? That's what I want to go with. What is he saying to you when you're hearing this? See, this is a problem. Because you got a room full of people, and he's saying something different to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody left to their own imagination. Anytime man been left to his own imagination, we've already found that's been a problem. Scenario. At bottom sheet 6 and 1. Is that Tamika grandchild doing that? My grandbaby would never do that. About a sheet 6 and 1. Listen.
And it came to pass,
Then what happened?
when Anus began to multiply on the face of the Aruts,
Yeah.
and Banuth were born unto them,
Yes.
that the Ben of Elohim saw the Banuth of Anus, that they were fair,
What happened?
and they took them wives of all which they chose.
And what happened?
And Elohim said, My Ruach shall not always strive with Ish,
Will always struggle with him. Tell him why, son.
for that he also is flesh.
And what happened?
Yet his Yamim shall be 120 years.
Tell me what happened.
There were giants in the Aretz, in those Yamim.
Yeah.
And also after that, when the Ben of Elohim came in unto the Banuth of Anush, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty Anus, which were of old, Anus of renown.
Yeah.
And Elohim saw that the wickedness of Ish was great
What
in the
happened now?
Aretz.
What did he see?
Saw that the wickedness of Ish was great in the Aretz.
He saw that it was great. It had begun to multiply in the rich. Not only man, but the more man multiplied, the more his sins increased. Listen.
And that every imagination of
And
the
what now?
thoughts,
That every what?
every imagination of the thoughts of his heart
Well, what?
was only evil continually.
It was Rasha. Just evil continually. What did happen, Brandon?
And it repented Elohim
And he regretted. He regretted. What happened?
that he had made Ish on the Aratz,
And what happened?
and it grieved him at his heart.
Yeah.
And Elohim said, I will destroy Ish, whom I have created, from the face of the Aratz.
Y'all see that? That's what he said I'll do. Gotten to a point where it became such a displeasure with what he had made that he said, I will destroy it. What else, Brandon?
Both Ish and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.
So now we go back and look at this at the 12th chapter again of the book of Romans, 12 and 1. I just want to make sure we consider. Y'all believe I love you? I appreciate it. I do. That's why I tell you the truth, because I love you. I don't want to see any of you go out here and do something to yourself, and the next thing you know, you put yourself in a state where you can't come back. Y'all hear me? There's people out there now, they're in a state who will never take them back. It might seem okay. They can try to say, oh, I don't care. You care. That's why you keep watching. That's why they can't move. That's why they can't stop. They care. I'm out there somewhere, people like, man, if I couldn't pay live streaming, they'll send a check in anonymously. With their name on the back, I hate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, I understand. Tell me, I understand. Isn't that right? But and that's my goal. I want to be a help to people. Isn't that right? You want to be a help to people. Somebody, it helped me in hearing at the time when I heard what I heard. That, know ye not, the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom. Well, it was God at the time I heard it. Told me, be not deceived. And that man read that thing out. My whole world just changed. Man had shattered my whole world. I could not get over the fact I had heard a man say some stuff like that, and the love of God was not in it. I could not believe somebody had a gall in the nerve to go and preach some stuff like that, and that stuff went in the Bible. I knew it went in there. And I remember he called 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. And when I looked at it and saw it for myself, everything just unraveled for me. When I came back to sit at church, I looked at my pastor, and I kept saying to myself, why has he never said this? I've never heard this before. He would preach all these good, cute stories about Jesus and what Jesus was doing and the disciples and how he started and organized the First Baptist Church. And all I kept thinking about was sitting there looking at, know ye not, the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. And that be not deceived was just working on me. I try to give more money. I try to keep getting high, and sometimes I just break down crying while I was smoking. Just realize this ain't working. Every now and then, he just keep putting it back in my mind. Know ye not, they cannot inherit the kingdom of God. Be not deceived. And I was tired of drunkard, fornicator, adulterer. It was just wearing me out. And get down to that bottom. And such were some of you. Let me know you got to stop it. Isn't that right? We got that mindset of you can be saved and still be doing wrong. You can't. You got to make a choice. Y'all hear me? You got to make a conscious decision. And I know how it is. I waited on that power to come. How many of y'all want that power that's come in and just it stop you and take it. I mean, I wanted it. I wanted it. I did. Man, I kept doing wrong. I was like, why I can't get it? The way I stopped doing wrong, where it just take the taste out my mouth and stop me from doing wrong, is more of a desire. A desire, a will to live, it gives you the strength to restrain yourself. Y'all hear me? Ain't no magic power make you do nothing. Ain't no sprinkling, no hand pushing, no oil dumping gonna give you nothing. You got to have it in your heart you want to live. That's what I had to do. I had to put it in my heart. I had to become disgusted with everything I was doing. And then when you see it ain't getting no better when you're doing what you're doing, it's one of the points where you look at why I keep doing it. When I started smoking, I started off good, and that thing I wound up crying. Talking to them, I done blowed everybody hot. One guy just walked, he hit them out, he said, man, I'm finna go. I was talking to some more niggas, we down there in Florida, man, we down here, he was the project. Them niggas said, man, that thing deep, man. Them jokers stopped smoking, they like, man, that is true. They kill a nigga, they talking about trying to get right. They had a nigga like, man, I'm gone, man. He like, damn, he was so mad my water, he like, man, look at me like, what was you doing out there? He was hot to death. That Joe was straight. Listen, his mama done raised them. Their mama was crazy. The brothers were crazy. Their mama held their daddy down while they just stabbed him. So you can imagine what kind of kid he was, right? The mama held them down and just let them stab their daddy. So they didn't care a damn if the wind blew. Couldn't take it. He just couldn't take it. That Joe, he was so mad. Like, man, what? He had to break out. He couldn't take it. Because the average person already know it's something out here different than what they're doing. And the only reason you're doing what you're doing because you're trying to make up for the hurt you got going on in your life. And the average of us don't know how to confess it or come out and address it to fix it. You just keep thinking things are going to fix it. If you keep taking these other avenues, it doesn't change. I've been there. It doesn't change. I thought if I gave more money, something would happen. They used to have like little tied envelopes. Everybody come to church with them tied envelopes. We had them little tied envelope where you had your number on that and they give you end of the year number. I think mine was 2263 or something like that at Baptist Church. But they had that little box of them envelopes, you get them, and I went go there, I got there, I said, no, I got a white envelope like this and put my money in it. We walked around, everybody put them Joe, look, they said, thank you, thank you. I said, I'll buy my way. You know, you don't say it literally in your mind, but you just felt like if you give, this would solidify, this would kind of fix the wrong you've done. Figured if I go, if I sacrifice, I try to work with the hungry. I try to go on Wednesday, I make sure I give money to them so they can make sure they help out with the hungry. I got on the prison ministry. And look, if I got on the prison ministry, all this would give him back. That he would look on me and he would give me favor. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I'm glad I did it for the fact that once you see it doesn't work, I can't let anybody come and convince me otherwise to go back to doing it. The only thing that works, if a man or a woman just sit down and just repent. That's the first thing. Stop doing what you're doing. That's the for anything. Don't keep going. Stop doing what you're doing. Then you got to get a made-up mind in yourself that you want to live. And if you want to live, then you got to do things that are prevalent to living. You got me? If they told you you had a health issue, and that health issue won't cause you death, and they told you eating these foods, drinking these drinks will accelerate the death, what's the right thing to do? Because at this point, you're trying to prolong your days. Everybody in here, I'm going to give you a diagnosis. You have a disease that you're going to die. Now, there are certain things that you can do that will prolong your death. You got me? And those are going to all come through the transpiring of you obeying the dabarim. Disobeying it will accelerate your death. Y'all got me? That's amazing, because I know any of us went in the doctor, they told you you had 6 months left. First time, what can I do? What can I do to prolong this? What can I do for comfort? The only thing you can do is to turn and yield and really put in your mind, I'm trying my best to beat this diagnosis. That's what we're trying to do. We got a diagnosis, we all going to hell. I told y'all many times, work from your worst case scenario. Your worst case scenario is going to hell. You can't do nothing but go up from there. How can you go lower than hell? A lot of you guys are working to go lower than hell, which makes no sense. You got to put work in to disobey. You got to put work in to contradict. Do you understand that? Do you know it's less effort if you just took the time to just restrain yourself and just stay on the path of doing what he told you to do? Let's look at this. Romans 12:1. Listen.
I beseech you, therefore, our key, by the mercies of Elohim,
That
ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, kudash, acceptable unto Elohim, which is your reasonable service.
and be what?
Not
You
conformed.
know what happened. Why y'all let these people come along and they don't conform you? They don't stricken you to a way that you can't change or transfer over. A lot of us have become conform to what?
This are rats,
Because that's going to be the problem. You know why? Listen why.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Why you going to think he's going to tell you to not be conformed to this arrest? Who know why? It's going to pass away. He just told you before that I'm going to destroy a noose of whom I made. And what else was it? And the arrest. So you see where it makes sense that when you're talking about transferring your mind over and not being conformed, this is a whole program. It's not just a thinking process. It's a real living process. A lot of times people just put a thought process in their mind, but you're going to have to activate off that thought process, that you're going to have to change and disconnect. Let me tell you something. You got to kind of do like the space shuttle. How many of y'all familiar with watching the space shuttle before? One solid piece. In order for it to elevate, you're going to be surprised what they got to do. Got to. You got to. Because the plan, now, let me get this straight. I never said they went to the moon. Now, I already know where they're going to see Jesse. I knew it's life on other planets. Pastor, no, I never said it was life on other planets. But I know how this will come up later on. I'll be at the table. And everybody that bad. You know what you said, right? They go in that bag and start throwing stuff out there. Gold, silver, copper. I had to mess with y'all. But the mission entails of what they try to tell us is them trying to get somewhere different than where they're at. Let's go with that, right? Well, in order for them to get to this difference, notice what has to happen. You got to let something go. You might start off whole, but at some point or another, something's got to break off. Do you know who this practice comes from? Abraham. Let's look at Mark 9. Let's see if it's 26. We close? Am I close? I'm all good. Anthony, look, he said, okay, you can use that too. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. I just want to make sure it's all right with him. Listen. Mark, the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 27. Listen.
And the Ruach cried and rent him sore and came out of him, and he was as one dead.
Yeah.
Insomuch that many said, he is dead. But Yahusha took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his Mathetes asked him privately, why could not we cast him out? And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting.
That's what a lot of times we got to look at the same thing, the break. And people don't realize that prayer, by their definition, is sincere talk to Elohim. It does not have to consist of eyes being closed. It's just the gravity of the speech that you're using. And the validity in the speech or the honestness of what you're trying to convey over to them. It's conversation with them. That's what they're sincere, being honest. That's what happened a lot of prayer, we're not honest. Being honest about your situation, honest about change, honest about reservation, honest about breaking away, doing whatever it takes, getting a mind. That mind that you asked for, he's not going to give you that mind. He's going to give you the information. What we mess up with school, we think school makes us smarter. School just gives you the information. I give you the information. It's up to you to sit down. You get kids that have come through, gotten all A's, ain't got special treatment. They've taken the information and used it. They've applied. They put the extra incentive in order to make sure they got the information. or learn how exactly the system works. Then you got others that sit in the class, they just don't grasp the concept. The information is there. You got to have in your mind what you're willing to do. And at some point, some of the teachers will tell the parent, I'm right here. If you don't know, you can ask. And that's the purpose of you sitting here having a teacher, where you ain't got to just go ask and wait on the wind to blow to tell you something. You got a teacher. Huh? Hold you guys. See if that, goodness. See if there's Yeshayahu 30 and 20 right quick. Y'all gonna work with me? I ain't bring my notepad. Y'all know why I care about you? Because Yahuwah does. Just in man, it ain't just in a noose heart on his own to just care about people. Everybody do what's natural, as long as me and my family good. That's just be honest. Nobody got no reason to care about you. How many people you care about out there? Or even in here? Just being honest. How many people you care about? Only people that are attached to you that can do something for you. Yahuwah has to put it in a noose heart to care for you. Huh? It makes sense. It makes sense. This makes sense the whole way. Everything makes sense. Listen.
And though Yahuwah give you the bread of adversity,
Pay attention. He give you the bread of adversity. Look like the more you get and the more you under this you grasp and you take in, because the Dabaria considered to be, it's just like bread. Y'all get me? Bread represents a life source of how we live. Isn't that right? He testified that man does not live by bread alone. And that we know we're talking about food substance. Though he give you food of adversity. And what else was it, son?
and the mem of affliction.
See that? Same thing we start looking at too. Like when you drink it, like it makes it hard for you. Isn't that right? But listen.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
That's why Shaul told him, this thing wasn't done in a corner. See, even his speech makes sense when you come back to learn the law. How would you get? Let's see what he told Agrippa. 26. Acts of the Apostles. But see, a lot of times you hear their speech, it's hard for you to comprehend it when you don't have the information. See, it's kind of like, how you going to take algebra if you never took Susan's bra? How many of y'all love Yahuwah? Give him a hand clap. 999,783 more. Y'all got to think about it. But how you going to take? See, I've been trying to work this thing. Where's his wife? Your wife, she stepped out. Get a Palmer's a demerit because his wife walked out before she heard that good joke. Did you laugh? Give her another demerit now. Oh, y'all together, give both of them a demerit. But, you know, but that's a pretty good one, you think. You know what I know about y'all? Some of y'all going to hypocrite and use this somewhere else. How many of y'all going to hypocrite and use this somewhere else? Thank you. But let's see what he said. Listen.
For the Malak knoweth of these things, before whom I also speak freely.
Listen, he said the Malak knows of these things, but of whom I speak freely.
For I am persuaded that none of these things are hidden from him.
Listen to that. He said, I'm persuaded that you know all about it. Listen what happened.
For this thing was not done in a corner.
Now, what he just read is going to make sense if he just go up a little bit. Let me see verse 22. Listen what happened.
Having therefore obtained help of Elohim,
What happened?
I continue unto this yom,
Listen what happened.
witnessing both to small and great,
What else?
saying none other things
Then what?
than those which the Nabah and Mashah did say should come,
You hear that? He said, that's all I done said. Listen.
that Mashiach should suffer,
Listen.
and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead.
Which going to make him what? Yeah, possibly that be the name. Possibly. Ukag Shabur. He said that he'd be the first to rise from the dead. It's the only thing we know from that of us is first fruits. Listen.
And should shew Aor unto the people,
And show light unto the people. Listen.
and to the Gentiles.
And to the Gentiles.
And as he thus spake for himself,
Festus.
said with a loud voice,
Shaul.
Thou art beside thyself,
Much.
learning,
Duh.
make thee mad.
Listen.
But he said, I am not mad,
Most noble who?
Festus,
But do what?
but speak forth the dabarim of amat and soberness.
See that? People thought he was drunk. People get drunk, they're like they're mad too. Listen.
For the Malak knoweth of these things,
And what happened?
before whom also I speak freely.
You said, before whom also I speak freely. Tell him what happened.
For I am persuaded
That what?
none of these things are hidden from him.
Listen.
For this thing was not done in a corner.
Let's see what he said again at 30 and 20. Said it makes sense to you. Yeshayahu 30 and 20. Listen.
And though Yahuwah give you the bread of adversity,
See this? And
the mem of affliction,
same thing with Yahusha. They gave him food, gave him gall. Isn't that right? And at thirst, he talked about they gave him drink. He was afflicted. The book told you, he told you that he ain't said nothing other than what in the bottom and said how he must suffer. Listen.
yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more.
And it was Shaul said. But listen, what else he told you?
But thine eyes
Shall do what?
see thy teachers.
He said, before whom I say this. I'm right here in your face telling you this. He said, your eyes going to see your teacher. And what is going to happen, son?
And thine ears shall hear a debar behind thee, saying,
This is the what?
Way,
Walk what?
ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left.
See that? That's what we're here for. Because he already know this is what people tend to do. That was the purpose of making sure he give you a teacher that can go back and source information to make sure he get us back on getting gravitated. You know, a lot of times we lose gravity. And when gravity is taken out, things can tend to float and do, just like conscience can do, mindsets can do, ideas can do, because there's nothing really hold you there to keep it solid. Y'all got me? That's why he told him he was building, he going to build on a rock. Got to get something solid, something concrete. When Shaul told him in Titus 2 and 1, he told him to speak out of things that become, what was it? See, when you write a will and you put I, tone, smell, being of sound mind, it means it's firm. I'm not swaying. I didn't write this down later on. No, I knew what I was doing. See, people don't know when Yahuwah wrote this, he had to write it, he was of a sound mind. And he was sober. A lot of times you've been with people, if you've been one of them people, you've done things, you said, people say, you said, well, I was drunk. That's why he was letting them know what I say one, I can say again, I'm not drunk. A lot of people are drunk, and you can be drunk with more than alcohol or marijuana. You can be drunk with the cares of this world. And the cares of this world will cause you to believe and say a whole lot of things that you don't actually mean. The cares of this world will call you and cause you to be held back. It'll cause you to be restricted. You got to break that mindset. And the only way to do that is the product discipline, the dabarim. Everything you're getting, this don't make sense. These people ain't even got a teacher. But he told you your eyes are going to see your teacher. And you'll hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk you in it. That's what I'm telling you. I ain't going to tell y'all to keep doing what you're doing, you going wrong. Hell no, that's retarded. Hell is where you going. The purpose of being here is to avoid it. You guys have given up too much. You sacrificed too much. It could have been for whatever reason that drove you to get here. And somewhere along the way, you let some other things kind of sidetrack you or derail you. But we got to get you fixed and put you back on the tracks. That's my honest care. It don't do no good to pastor people going to hell. I'm trying to pastor people that look like they want life. Isn't that right? So you got to see death in what you're doing. That's why we're here. So he told us to be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you might prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Elohim. Which means that you got to get out here and you got to display it. You got to display now. See, after hearing it, he done told you what it is he's looking for. Now you got to display it. Y'all got me? Prove it. Even your book tell you to prove all things. Let go to that which is what? And the very Elohim Shalom consecrate you holy. That's complete. Not H-O-L-I, but H-W-H-O-L-L-Y. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't that right? When you get one of their words right. So this is our whole purpose of being here. The concept is to make sure we can prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will. Perfect, blameless. That's what we got to get. A lot of times people feel like you can't. You can. Once you get the information and you know how to source the information, you know how to walk in the information, it makes you blame. All you got to look at when you look at perfect, we fail every time we see perfect. Perfect scares us. All you look at without blame. We can be without blame when the Dabarim comes. Well, you say, well, when I'm doing stuff, I'm finding out stuff I'm doing wrong. Guess why? So you can get to blameless. Once you find out it's wrong, guess what you do? you correct it, you turn. So guess what? One less thing that's blamed. To eventually we work to perfect. You're not going to come in this way and just come in complete solidarity of perfection. As you come along, the doctor ain't going to come and you're going to find some things that either you stopped doing and you hadn't heard in a while and you feel like you drifted a little bit. Since you hadn't heard it, maybe things have changed. Maybe it's not as important as it was. When everything is important, we got to cover a whole book as a lifestyle. You got me? It's a lifestyle. Everything you've encompassed up in this point, you've encompassed over the course of from birth to whatever age you are. Everything, where you at, information, things you have, have been things you've gathered since birth. Which means it's taking you almost a lifetime. Taking you 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 some years to get there and get the information you got. So you're expecting to walk in here one day being born again and you got all the information. Can you teach a newborn baby everything you know? Why? Too young, too much time, comprehension. That's the same thing happening when you're born again. It's a comprehension thing as well. Everybody don't comprehend or enhance everything or grasp everything at the same time. Our goal is for us to all get there by imputing the same information out. Go ahead, stand up, Ivan. I know it's tired. Hang up. Hang in there, Ivan. But I want y'all to just realize I want y'all to get them coffee, whatever y'all need, because you're in the sin business. I'm here to close shop. I'm here to close shop. We're trying to close shop. This is about your souls. This is about where you're going to spend eternity. How many more chances is he going to give you? And you can say, oh, I just, whatever it is. That's a lot. That's easy to say until something happens. When something happens like the inevitable, judgment is inevitable. You can't escape it. And when judgment comes, the stuff that you said out of your mouth won't be so easily said when he get here. Every time the man has spoken, when the man started to show up, people have lost it. People have unraveled. When Yeshayahu said, when he spoke to them in the year that Malak Azar died, well, I forgot how we do the name, but I remember it somewhere. But anyway, he said, I saw Yahuwah, and he was high and lifted up. And his train filled the temple. When he said he spoke, he said, I became undone. I unraveled. When the man spoke, when he gave them our laws, our statutes, the people felt they was almost as dead. And yet you're telling me that you're good with going to hell. The fear of going to hell has to drive you more to keep you away from sin, not make you more of a conduit to submit to it. You're talking about forever, indefinite period of time. That's incomprehensible. We get stuff that's at lifetime warranty. That's for as long as the car, as long as the couch, as long as the refrigerator keep existing. And we know that's not long. That's the life of that machine. We talking about the life of Yahuwah. That's how long you can go to hell. Exactly how long is he going to live? What do you do with a man that jump on the scene that tell you, I exist, or I am, and I am to be. I always will be. How do you respond to this comment? I am, I will be, and I always will. What do you good? So you never change. You never exchange. You never change. I exist. I will always exist. Forever. And you're willing to challenge him on your small existence? That he'll only make long just to let you burn. Just to let you suffer and never die. No, we can't be that stupid. We can't be that stupid. Our mindset has to change. But we don't want a temporary fear of while we're in this room hearing this word. We want a fear that's permanent with us that allows us to always consider that when different actions and ideas come up. That it calls us to stay on premise with making sure we get to blameless. Don't let people throw you on you can't be and you're going to see you done something else wrong. For you to point out what I'm doing wrong gives me the opportunity to get it right. The average of us, what we're going to do, is we're going to faint. We're going to stop because I can't do nothing right. But it's being pointed out to you so you can stop doing what's wrong. So you can get to what's right. Y'all got me? See, stop taking everything to quit and say if I'm doing. It's being pointed out for you to break that mold. You got to break it. Why do you think he said he was going to destroy man? Ain't nothing stopping. So why would I let it keep going, Ryan? Why? It's getting worse and worse and worse. Why would I let it keep going? Best thing to do, stop it, destroy it. Get rid of it. Tear it down, strip it. It's no good. Why y'all don't have the main sign? For those of you that got them confess, some said testify, that's not testifying, confessing. Some storytelling. I'm saying story. Someone we could have wrote a folks tale song to it. But anyway, put a little music to it. But the thing becomes here. You have got to get in your mind to look at, if I find myself continuing to do the thing that I would not, then don't you know I need to destroy that? That's the amount of Elohim. I'm doing it. It's an infraction. It's getting worse. I can't stop it. Then guess what I need to do? Tear it down. Do what he did. That's all I can do with it. Now, years ago, when I read this as a little boy, hearing it being read, absolutely no comprehension. Never questioning, but I did question. Why would you kill all those people? Then you say, I don't want to question him because God moved. Does that make sense? The book said the secret things belong to Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong unto who? Us, and to who? And even all what? So that's the law. Is that secret? But it's just easier to put in your mind because you know what? I don't want to deal with Amat. He destroyed them because they wouldn't stop. So what you heard there in what's called Bereshit, which means in the beginning or beginning to start. That's what I'm going to do at the end. I declared the beginning at the end. I gave you the end in the beginning. You ain't stopping. Now I'm getting to a point where I really hate I made you. Your thought process is not changing. I will destroy you. I will destroy everything that's connected to you. And even the place that you're in. That's why he told us don't be conformed. He was trying to give us a code. Don't be conformed to this arrest. You don't do it because he's going to destroy it. See, it's not for everybody. It's out here. But believe me, he that have an ear to hear, they're here. A lot of the things you guys got from masturbating, lying, cheating, whatever it is, that's the stuff this arrest do. And I'm going to destroy these people. You don't want to be connected to these people when I come back here. Because I'm going to do the same thing to you. This is where you got to cut and you're going to have to separate yourself from these people. Y'all got me? That's the purpose of giving you a teacher. Nobody has to sit here and imagine anymore and read and just pray. I knew people years ago, they said what you had to do. And I tell you what I do. I'll read. If I don't understand something, I'll pray. Then God will give me the answer. I used to say to myself, oh, that is deep. You just read something and pray, and he just give you the answer. This is all malarkey. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. What you've done, you've read, you said and recited and heard some words, and then whatever you thought in your mind, you said, it's got to be God because I prayed. That's what they do. It makes no sense that he answered you through prayer. What would be the purpose of you needing a teacher? What would be the purpose of Bushar's commandment, well, not commandment, his asking of Elohim to set a man over the congregation so they won't be without, so they won't lack. And yet all you do is read and pray. Bam. You should go through the book quickly. Say, give me all the Genesis. Burn, got it. All the Exodus. Burn, that's it. Just pray, go. This is foolishness. But people are left to their own imagination. This becomes the problem. He didn't want that anymore, what people go through with their own imagination. He looked at, I keep talking. I know I said it twice. Had they known the law, they would already know that solidifies something. But when you don't know the law, what did that mean he speak once, yet twice? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Had no concept. Let's see something. At the book of Yehukanan. Yehukanan. Tell me that ain't the heat. Good, good. 8, drop down. Let me see if it's 8 and about 19. Let me see that what I want. Other brother gonna give me Ukanon. Ukanon. 15, 16. Listen.
Then said they unto him, Where is thy Abba? Yahusha answered, Ye neither know me nor my Abba.
Listen.
If ye had known me,
What happened?
ye should have known my Abba also.
See that? Listen.
These Dabarim spake Yahusha in the treasury, as he taught in the temple, and no ish laid hands on him,
Yeah.
for his hour was not yet come.
Listen.
Then said Yahusha again unto them, I go my way, and ye shall seek me, and shall die in your sins. Whither I go, ye cannot come. Then said the Yahudim, Will he kill himself?
There's no way he can go. Because wherever you can kill your black ass, I can kill my black ass too. Oh, they must gonna kill themselves. I damn sure ain't finna kill myself. Ain't that right? That's their logic. We dealing with black people. You know how we think. First time black man, you can't go, you must gonna kill yourself. Listen.
Because he saith, Whither I go, ye cannot come.
Yeah.
And he said unto them,
What did he say?
Ye are from beneath,
And what?
I am from above.
Listen.
Ye are of this Aratz.
Yeah.
I am not of this Aratz.
Listen.
I said therefore unto you, that ye shall die in your sins.
Yeah.
For if ye believe not that I am he,
What happened?
ye shall die in your sins.
Listen what happened.
Then said they unto him,
What did they say?
Who art thou?
Yeah.
And Yahusha said unto them,
Yes.
Even the same that I said unto you from Barashit.
Listen.
I have many things to say and to judge of you.
Listen.
But he that sent me is Amat.
Listen.
And I speak to the Aratz those things which I have heard of him.
Listen.
They understood not that he spake to them of the Abba.
Listen.
Then said Yahusha unto them, When ye have lifted up the ben of Ish, then shall ye know that I am he,
Yeah.
and that I do nothing of myself.
Yeah.
But as my Abba hath taught me, I speak these things.
Listen.
And he that sent me is with me.
Yeah.
The Abba hath not left me alone,
Tell them why.
for I do always those things that please him.
Yeah.
As he spake these Dabarim, many believed on him. Then said Yahusha to those Yahudim which believed on him, If ye continue in my Dabar, then are ye my Mathetas indeed. And ye shall know the Amat, and Amat shall make you free.
The thing that I want you guys to know and consider, he told me he was the same that spake to him even from by the sheet. He was coming by trying to confirm his speech again, that who he was. When Elohim tried to tell you in the book of EU, he said he speak, yea, but you ain't perceive it. That's what he just told you. If you don't believe I'm here, you're going to die in your sin. This is the second time I done talked to you, you ain't believe me. He tried to tell him, the same one from the beginning I tried to tell you. And let him know if you don't believe, you're going to die in your sin. If he was speaking once, yea, twice, but man perceived it not in Kazum, in the vision of night when deep sleep fall upon man, then he opened the ears to seal his instruction that he might withdraw man from his purpose and high pride. Because if you keep going the way you're going, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you if you keep going the way you're going. Now we got an opportunity for us to set back to consider. Now this is the second time you missed this. This is what he wanted them to let them know. This is the second time I spoke, and you have no perception of who I am. He tried to tell them that. They want to know who was the Abba. Everything he taught, it made no sense to them. And this is the problem is when you go and you're committing sin, you understand that the book makes no sense to you. This becomes dangerous. It becomes dangerous for us. Now, we talked about disconnecting, which we're going to cover. When you look at the 15th chapter right quick, the book of Yuchanan, 15, 16, I had him to get me yesterday with that Bamat bar. Listen, 15, 16.
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should
Back
go.
me up and give me 15, 14.
Ye are my friends,
If,
ye do whatsoever I command you.
listen what happened.
Henceforth I call you not servants,
But what happened?
for the servant knoweth not what his Adoni doeth,
Yeah.
but I have called you friends,
Tell them why, son.
for all things that I have heard of my Abba,
What did you do?
I have made known unto you.
So that would allow him to, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. So I can do it this way, otherwise I'm going to mess up. Yeah, so what are we looking at? He just told you, all things I've heard of my Abba, I made known unto you, which would allow that to be spoken what? Twice. Y'all got me? But then man didn't perceive it, because a lot of times we get caught up in what we see with the flesh. At the Ukanon 6 and 63. Let's see what he told you. Make it 6 and 60. Let's see what he said. Listen.
Many therefore of his Methatus, when they had heard this, said,
And you give me that Mark 9:26. I'm going to get that on off the board. Listen.
This is an hard saying.
And who can do what?
Who can hear it?
See that? Here we go again. No perception. That's what a lot of y'all say when you're being told what you got to do. Because if you look at what he told them to do, that goes against their beliefs. It didn't go against the law. It went against their beliefs. Because what you have is a people that think and they heard and know what he said, and yet they have no grasp or concept of what he was actually saying. Because he told them, except you eat my flesh and drink my, they heard eating blood. Your law did tell you to eat blood. That's why he told you to drink it. See, everything had been coded for us. But when you don't have no comprehension, you hear what you want to hear. I told you you can drink it. Even Dracula tell you that. You don't hear Dracula say eat blood. He told you, he said, I want to do what? He never told you want to eat. Why do you think they tell you that? Now, how is it that you dumber than him? You dumber than people that read your book got enough sense to tell you he want to drink it. That's what they teach for. He tell the way they got his teeth, he suck the blood out, he drinks it. Everybody got more sense than you got. Everybody learned from watching you. Because you know why he had to do that? Who know why Dracula had to do that? Because life was in the blood. Which means where he get that from? He got it from your book. Nobody knew life was in the blood except for us, from our book. Now, when they heard about this man looking, this is what happened. They said this is a hard saying.
Who can hear it?
Hold on, back me up and hit me here 58, 658. Let me see what they said.
This is that bread which came down from Shamayim, not as your fathers did eat manna, and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. You want me to back up a little bit?
Yeah, back me up. What,
55.
55? Okay.
Or 54?
54.
Yes,
Listen.
sir. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last yom.
Listen.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Yeah.
He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
Listen.
As the living Abba hath sent me, and I live by the Abba, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me.
Listen.
This is that bread which came down from Shamayim, not as your fathers did eat manna, and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Yeah.
These things said he in the synagogue, as he taught in Capernaum.
Yeah.
Many therefore of his Methatus, when they had heard this, said, This is an hard saying.
Listen.
Who can hear it?
Listen.
When Yahusha knew in himself that his Methatus murmured at it, he said unto them, Doth this offend you?
Does this offend you? Listen.
What and if ye shall see the Ben of Ish ascend up where he was before?
What happened, son?
It is the Ruach that quickeneth.
The flesh?
Profiteth nothing.
The what?
The Dabarim that I speak unto you.
They are what?
Ruach.
And?
They are life.
That's what's going to raise us up. See, the whole purpose of us getting up is not the real source of when we sit down taking what we call the drink and the blood. It's the obedience. See, that's where the strength comes in. Everything you've been told to do to get the power, this miraculous movement that people want to have, to be able to stop them from doing things, it's called obedience. That's how you stop. Do not pick up that pen. There's no power because of the fact I went against. The power has to come in. There's a fear associated with me not doing it. And that fear encompasses my obedience. I'm just not obedient because he said it, because there's a fear attached. If you touch this pen, I'll surely cut you off. I'll shorten your days. I'll stricken you. I'll stricken your kids. I'll stricken your kids' kids and their kids. I'm going to set myself against your house. And everything that you touch, you take down. Everything you go to try to get or try to come up with, I'm going to take it from you. Thou shalt not touch the pen. I'm good. You know what people say? Well, I'd like to be able to be like Pastor Smith. Well, I don't go and I don't do that. Well, it's because I got to look at what's associated with it. What's associated with if I touched it? It ain't because he just told me don't touch no pen. It's something else attached to this pen. You don't want this pen. You probably want to take his car. I wish somebody would try to take my pen. You know what you would tell me? Part 2 of my killing spree will start right now. I'm trying to tell you, part 2. The first one, that was part 1. Part 2, it's going to be bad. Y'all hear me? So that's the thing that we have to associate with. Let's look at something right quick. I know I got them holding so much stuff. But like he told us, it's the flesh profited nothing. The words I speak to you, they are ruach and they are life. So now you start looking at, again, speech. Dabarim is speech, words, right? What we look at, well, he said, I spake once, yea, twice. But you didn't perceive it, though, did it? Because they got caught up on the veil. Yet he was trying to tell us how man's supposed to live. Not by bread alone, but by every, meaning what Yahushua has spoken to us, what he's shown us. He was the literal Dabarim in the flesh. We've seen the literal Dabarim. That's why he said, he that has seen me, you already seen him. He just veiled it. You already seen it. Because in the beginning, Barashit, when they testify and tell you in the book of Yehukanan, it told you in the beginning, what was it? Was the Dabarim. And it told you what the Dabarim was. Then it said it was with him. So now we're starting to come back to really try to look at how do we source this thing to make sure we get away from sin. There has to be a fear associated with your obedience. I don't just obey to obey. I obey because there's a fear. Didn't I tell y'all what I told y'all yesterday? I'm not confessed, I have a fear. I have a major fear. A major fear of going to hell. A major fear of being destroyed. That's what keeps me away. So if I said I have a major fear that keeps me away, what do you need to get? A major fear. A major fear. Let me see if the book of Malachi 1, well, let's see about 6. Get me all our head dabarim. Dabarim. About 29 and 19. Y'all all right? All right. Listen.
A ben honoreth his Abba.
See that? He said a ben honoreth his Abba. A son honor his father. What happened?
And a servant his Adoni.
See that? And a servant will honor his master. Listen.
If then I be a Abba,
What did he want to know?
where is mine honor?
And you'll pray and you'll say Abinu, which will be our father. He said, if I be a father, where my honor at? It's certain stuff some of us, if our dad was in there, you weren't doing it present. Am I correct? He said, why I don't get that? You're always in my presence. He said, some of us here, we have a supervisor. Your supervisor, it's stuff you won't do in front of you. Is it not true? So in front of you, it's some stuff you wouldn't do. Well, he asked, well, I'll be in the dining. Where's my, what do you want to know?
And if I be a Abba,
Yeah.
where is mine honor?
And what else happened?
And if I be a Adoni,
Do what?
where is my fear?
Jesus Christ, Lord of my life. All this stuff people go and say, and we'll transfer over to say, Yahuwah or Yahusha, Hamashiach is my Adoni. He want to know, well, where's my fear? That's how I want to know, where's my fear? Why you ain't afraid of me? Some of y'all, some stuff you do with your supervisor, they'll fire you. On the spot, no question asked. Your ass out of there. Well, Supervisor Yahusha been watching over you. And he trying to figure out what's the problem. You don't think I'll get rid of you? Because you attach all your worldly goods to these people. These people fire me, then I can lose my house, I can lose my car, then my family, I'm going to be shamed. People on the job going to talk about, why are we looking at what you're going to have when he take you down? There's a lot of stuff that we've allowed to come in and be great in our life and fear that we've taken on in order to try to be around people and not to lose connection with people. But you ain't looked at your connection been broken with Elohim. And a lot of you, when you leave here, you're going to go right back to the people you were because you're not going to lay this to heart. You're only listening for a time period. But as soon as you can get back, you're going to do just like your Ukanan said. Nicole, you're going to look into that mirror and straightway you're going to go out and forget what amount of person you are. That's what you're going to do. When you hit this Dabarim, he said you can't be a forgetful hero. Meaning I can't slip up and do this again. That's the person that knows how to use the mirror that they call the glass. When we're looking at this is the perfect. If you're going to be blameless, guess how you're going to be blameless? The law. The perfect liberty. That's the law. The law gives us freedoms. It frees you from going to hell. People look at you bound. Got to always wear these scars. I can't do this. I can't go out and do this. I can't go here. I can't wear shorts out in public. I can't do this. Why I can't do this? The law frees you from going to hell, though. All those people that doing what you want to do, they're going to hell anyway. They bound, and you count them in free. The book saying you count them happy. People that transgress against this man, that's a good thing. These people are happy they're transgressing. The stuff y'all look at, the stuff y'all let just get y'all mind, just catch y'all up and pull you off. At some point, I'm a human being. Meaning, I see these people. I see what these people doing. I can do the same thing. I just sat to consider there's going to be something that's going to happen later. And later will be soon. And soon will be today. That's my fear. When later going to be sooner? When sooner going to be today? That's how I got to add. That's how I got to count. That's how I got to consider if I'm going to take an action on. When is he coming back to recompense me for that behavior? He ain't got to get me today. He ain't got to get me soon. He can get me later. And I'm scared of later being soon and soon being today. That makes sense. What you do with a man that count like that? It'd be different. As soon as I touch the pen, bah, I said, okay, I'm good with that one. I already paid for that sin. I keep going. Just keep going. In the Yom, I'm going to visit your iniquity. Make no mistake. Keep going. That's what gets you. Did something as a kid, your parent look, I'm going to get you later. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. That's the torment of waiting is enough. Go and beat my ass now. Because when you go to sleep, and you hear that cup get hit, you think they drink, you're like, damn, somebody getting beat. Then you start coming through like, that's my ass. Anybody that had a whipping when they was in their bed? You get them first couple, you don't realize it's you. That thing that hit the cup, you're like, damn, you come from the dead. That's what we got to consider. This man going to come back and get us. He said an hour that you think not. That's the fear. I'm going to come back and get you when you think not. And you can try to do whatever you want to do, but if it ain't doing everything he told you to do, the way you can come along and see where he set a way to escape it. It's inevitable. You're going to die. You're going to go to judgment. The only thing we're trying to work on now, you ain't got to go to hell. That's the best I can offer you. I can't offer you guys you ain't going to die. I'll be lying to you. I can't offer you a pass to get you past judgment. Anybody told they lied to you? I can offer you a way that you ain't got to go to hell. That's the best I can do for you. Come on, finish this up. Right ahead you get. Come on, let's look at that. All I hate about ring 29 and 19. We talked about, he said, if I be an Adonai, where's my fear? If he's your Adonai, then you need to give him that reverence. Give him that honor. If he's your father, give him that honor. Listen.
And it come to pass, when he heareth the dabarim of this curse.
Back me up. 29:17. 29:17. Listen.
And ye have seen their abominations.
He done told you now. You done seen these people abominations. Tell them what it is.
And their idols.
And their idols.
Wood and stone, silver and gold.
And you want to go get a trophy. You want to go get their medals and stuff. You done seen these people abomination. Everything they got street right down from the Olympics. That's Zeus' performance. Why would I be looking at Zeus' performance? Zeus don't even exist. That's another. He said, you seen the abomination. Why would I go to the Olympics? Why would I participate? Once I done learned this is for Zeus, a Greek god. An Olympian is somebody that performs for a Greek god named Zeus. Why would I want to be an Olympian champion? For Zeus. Why would I want to watch the Olympics? You know something? Did he say it was wrong? Or did he say it on why? I ain't hear that. No, I'm saying, y'all know how pastors say a lot of stuff. Let me ask y'all something. Okay, y'all laughing. I'm going to ask y'all something while y'all laughing. Did he say I wouldn't do it? Or did he say don't do it? See, people trying to decipher. Because now you're trying to find a way to get around something. The Olympics is nothing pastor making up. It is performing for Zeus, a Greek god. Do we believe that do we believe in gods? No, they told you that they're a myth. The sad part is they told you ain't no God. You listen, y'all love your family, you pray for your family, you go with them and do stuff, and they tell you about God. And you sit here and they told you it's a lie, and your family believe a lie, and you sit here and you say support them. Now what did they say about you? I'm going to listen to my family tell me about God. Who the hell is God? See, I wouldn't do that because you believe in it. So you believe in a lie. They're going to, what do you do when they tell you in their book, this is a lie? Mythology. Lie. This is a lie. This is a book about lies. We made up God. We made up Zeus. We made up Hercules, Isis, Dionysus, Apollos. We made them up. Here your ass going. Where you going there with? To the Apollo. So you going to go to a house of lies. You know how scary this is? That my people sit around and rationalize this. I ain't saying that because everybody hear what they want to hear. Did he say he wouldn't go or he say don't go? Why would I go? Shalom. Hey, I know you busy. Exactly. You doing the thing? I'm always doing something. Even when I ain't doing, I'm doing something. Okay, I ain't going to hold you long. I got a question. I figured that when you call. Let's get to the point. Before I just want to ask you something. I didn't think you just called. Go ahead. This might sound stupid. I know it's going to be stupid now. So you've already thought about it, know it's stupid, and you're going to ask me anyway. That's all. Some stuff y'all say, I'm just running my mind saying, I know they're going to sound stupid or silly. So you've already heard it and already know it's stupid or silly, but you're going to shoot it by anyway. Go ahead and shoot it. I had to start thinking about some stuff y'all doing. Listen, certain stuff you can't escape. Y'all, how many of y'all own vehicles? I had to put gas in them. Good. Y'all do. Do y'all ever read? How many of y'all have not looked at that hose that come down from that pump? How many of y'all have not looked at it? Don't pay it no attention. That hose said Goodyear. That's not more the problem than the foot that's on that hose. That's a wing guard. So we ain't gonna get no gas. How many of y'all have looked at the hoses under your hood? Some of your air conditioning compressor hoses have Goodyear on them. The Goodyear ain't the problem. That wing foot is. Now you gonna go cut that belt off your car? Because there's some stuff these people don't set you up, you ain't gonna be able to get around. How many of y'all got to go to the Olympics? Someone to my, if I get a ticket, I know. See what I'm saying? It's some stuff you going to have to use because they set us up in that, they put us in that point. They named everything, you ain't getting no gas. You just saying, you can go cut them people holes you want to, your ass going to jail for now. It's just, man, it's some stuff we can get around. Y'all got me? So I ain't telling you to be stupid. At some point, you just got to watch. These people got a lot of track, and this ain't no to solidify you just going and doing what you want to do either. We have to be wise. Like he said, you got to be wise as serpent going through him. Because you're dealing with people that's a lot more dangerous and bigger than you. These government, a snake ain't the tallest. He's on the ground. He's already at a disadvantage. If you fight, the main purpose is to get somebody on the ground and pound. He already on the ground. That means he got to be smart and everybody up. Niggas, we already at the bottom. That means we got to be small when we going through him. You don't see no snake. You'll never see no snake just going across there and they see no damn whole 1.5 wildebeest and zebra cross. They know their ass is stumped out. They learn exactly how to travel and when to go. When a python eat, do y'all understand when a python eat, he has to go and hide himself for approximately at least a month? You have a whole gazelle in your belly, and you're on the ground. Do you know how smart you got to be to get away from this, get away with this, and go somewhere and find that you can lay up for approximately at least a month or two, and nothing gets you? How many of y'all know where to go? Good. That's how you got to be. You can't tell a servant everything you do. Y'all got me? You can't tell. That's how smart you got to be when you're out here traveling, you messing around. Y'all got me? There's a lot of things out here big in you. These government, these people, these groups, these organizations. You got to be smarter than them when you're out here dealing around. Now y'all do stupid stuff. That's what I'm here to try to help you. Stop being stupid. Come on, let's look at what he told you. That 29th chapter. All I hate, Dabarim 29:17. Let's see what happened. Listen.
And you have seen their abominations.
He said you don't see their abominations.
And their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them.
He said you don't seen it. Listen what happened.
Lest there should be among you Ish, or Nashim, or Mishpachah, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this Yom from Yahuwah Elohim.
They got any one of us. If it's a group of us that do it. If it's one of us, if it's a family of us that do it. Any one of us. Any family in here. If it be a tribe, if it be a whole clan that walk off. The whole clan of Benjamin. The whole clan of Yissachar. The whole clan of Yehuda. He said he covered himself. Because you know what they're going to say? He just said one man. He didn't say a family. Because, I'm talking to black people. I know you don't hear what you want to hear. He said a man, so if it's more than us, that's men, that's plural. Was he talking about us? I ain't trying to be funny, I'm just asking a question. I already know how y'all. That's why he made sure to be clear when he told you. If it be one of you, if it be a family of you, if it be a whole clan of you that decide you're going to walk off. This is what happened.
To go and serve the gods of these nations.
Listen, to serve the gods of these nations. Go ahead.
Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood.
And you know what? You proved that. Do you know that you proved that you had it, right? That's what you gave him to drink. They didn't realize they were messing themselves up, did they? How could you give him that to drink if you didn't have it? He was showing you the whole time. I've been watching you. He said, lest there should be among any one of you a root or what else?
That beareth gall and wormwood.
That's amazing, because that's what you gave him to drink for his food. What happened?
And it come to pass,
then what happened?
When he heareth the Dabarim of this curse.
I know what it say. Come on, son.
That he barakah himself in his heart.
He going to go ahead and they call it, they're going to say bless himself. Because that's exactly what you got to be doing. You got to be blessing yourself. I want y'all to really, all of y'all that been doing what you want to do, that's all you've been doing, you've been blessing yourself. Because you ain't done that, you ain't heard. That's why you knew to confess it. Because you already knew it was wrong. He said, that you hear the curse of the words of this Dabarim, and you going this book, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to bless yourself anyway? It can't be Barak himself. He has to bless himself. Listen.
Saying, I shall have shalom, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart.
What happened when I destroyed the earth before? Cause imagination. So in other words, it don't exist. Huh? Go ahead. It's in my mind. It's up here like the Bible say. As a man thinking, you know what it says in the Bible. This is what he got a problem with. Imagination should strike your memory, shouldn't it? That's why I destroyed it before. Because I keep seeing there's no change. There's no break. And the only way to stop you is to destroy you. Listen.
To add drunkenness to thirst.
Yeah, and get worse. Come on.
Yahuwah will not spare him, but then the anger of Yahuwah and his jealousy shall smoke against that Ish.
And what happened?
And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him.
What happened?
And Yahuwah shall blot out his name from under Shamayim.
And what happened?
And Yahuwah shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Yasharal.
What else happened?
According to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law.
Yeah.
So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of that land,
listen,
and the sicknesses which Yahuwah hath laid upon it,
yeah,
and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which Yahuwah overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Yeah. Even all nations shall say, wherefore hath Yahuwah done thus unto the land?
What happened?
What meaneth the heat of this great anger?
Yeah.
Then Anu shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahuwah Elohim of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Mitzrayim.
So the only way you see what's going to spark these other nations to learn and to turn and come to you, you're going to help be an order to the Gentiles. Because those other nations that's going to come, when they look and see that the whole land burned, can't nothing grow there, not even grass or nothing. When they see, I completely cut you off, they're going to want to know, what happened here? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. It's because some people were here before. They were the people of Elohim, and they heard the curse of this book, and they thought that they could do opposite and contrary, and they still were going to prosper. And he set his face against them. What you think your kids going to do, and what you think those strangers going to do? You're going to be an order to the Gentiles. He done told you that, either by life or by death. See, the choices that you guys all making here to do whatever you want to do, you're not going to change your plan. Not one brick going to be altered. Nobody here going to change your plan. That's the whole thing about it. You got to sit and decide yourself. It's easier to not fight against it. Because either way it goes, you're going to, people say, I just want my life to be a testimony to somebody. He said, I can do that. I can do it. Even if you go into hell, I can make you a testimony to a whole lot of people. I can make your life be one where everybody look and say, I definitely don't want that to happen to me. Y'all got me? Or you can live a life where somebody can look at you and use you as a pinnacle of looking at, if you can do it, I can do it. You got me? By looking at the curse. It wasn't one thing going to happen. You finna get all the curses that's in this book. I'm going to destroy your stuff. I'm going to cut you off and take you away from the rest of the people. It don't make sense to keep. That's why I told you don't be conformed, but be ye transformed by, which meaning you got to have your mindset to detach. Just like this man, in order for you to get up, to elevate, to meet this man there, do you understand you got to detach from some stuff? Give me that mark and I can finish that one up for him. Mark chapter 9. What verse we left off at? 28, 29? Mark chapter 9, we started at 26. I think we should be at 28. I'll be through with y'all shortly. But I need you to make sure y'all awake and awake from sin.
29.
29. Listen, this is 9:29. Listen.
And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting.
Listen.
And they departed thence and passed through Galilee, and he would not that any Ish should know it. For he taught his Mathetes and said unto them, the ben of Ish is delivered into the hands of a noose, and they shall kill him, and after that he is killed, he shall rise the third Yom.
Yes.
But they understood not that saying, and were afraid to ask him.
Yes.
And he came to Capernaum, and being in the Beth, he asked them, what was it that you disputed among yourselves by the way?
Yeah.
But they held their shalom, for by the way they had disputed among themselves who should be the greatest.
Go down. Get me down. We should be telling them about what a fire not quit. What verse I want? 30 what? In the
46.
Come on, 46. So back it up about 44. Listen.
Where their worm dieth not.
Well, back me up. What I want, 40? 40. Listen.
For he that is not against us is on our part.
Y'all remember that same thing. Listen.
For whosoever shall give you a cup of mem to drink in my name, because ye belong to the Mashiach,
What happened?
Amat, I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward.
Listen.
And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck.
You know what folks will do? They won't get to the man of Elohim. They don't realize you ain't gonna lose them when you get to the man of Elohim. He said you ain't gonna lose your reward. Isn't that right? He said give it to you because you working for me. Isn't that right? And now he come and let you know what happened to you. Anybody that offend these little ones, the ones that's under you. Isn't that right? The people that believe in his name, what happened?
It is better for him
What happened?
a millstone were hanged about his neck,
And what happened?
he were cast into the sea.
Not just a raw millstone in heaven. Y'all know what one of the worst death is? Choking, drowning. That's a horrible death. You rather be shot or just stabbed, get your throat cut right quick. Man, that's a horrible death to come. Any of y'all have almost drowned before? Man, that thing rough, ain't it? Can you imagine standing there and completing it? That's a horrible death. Then you got a millstone. That thing just steadily taking you down. And he said, that would be better if that happened. So what's the worst? Huh? Y'all ever seen that movie Bait before? With Jamie Foxx? We put him in there, he told him he got some good news and some bad news. Which one you want first? He said, the good news. He said, the good news, you're in a room locked in here with me by yourself. He said, that's the good news? He trying to figure out, hold on for a minute. What's the bad news? He said, I said I want the good. He said, that's the good part. You're in a room in here locked with me by yourself. You thinking, damn, I only want to know about the bad news. This good stuff got me kind of bubbling over. So he said, this is better. As much as you might think about how severe drowning is, that would be better for somebody that would actually offend you. See, a lot of us, we don't consider what's our reward or what's going to come back to people that done things to us. I was telling about, I had so many jobs, they would ask me, how many jobs you been fired from? I said, let the past be the past. But everybody that done fired me, though, ain't none of them people got them jobs. Every one of them fired me, ain't none of them got them jobs. And they ain't even got to the worst part yet. Y'all hear me? So when people do stuff to you, you don't consider there's a reward coming whether you give it to them or not. That's why they try to tell us a lot of end. Eventually, mine said, I'll repay them. Well, he'll give them be a whole lot worse than what you can give them. You can shoot them and kill them and stab them, but what he going to give them to them, they ain't even the start of it. That's not even the start of it. You don't have no imagination. Huh? You have to do like, he is the real Samuel L. Jackson. You seen that movie Unthinkable? He'll go a whole lot further than what you think. Man, he brought that man, he brought it in there. He said, Yusuf, brought his wife in there. Just asked him a question. He ain't talk. Cut her throat right there. Then he brought the kids, said they're going to kill the kids. Yahuwah looking at it and said, he just playing. Isn't that right? That man, he ain't even getting warmed up for what Yahuwah do to him. Took that joke and just cut that joker fingers off his hand. That kept working and then keep him alive. Freed that joker. Y'all ain't seen that when Yahuwah get back. All that stuff you seen, that make-believe. Even if somebody could do it in real, all that stuff they did in Guantanamo Bay, all that stuff, that make-believe. They ain't seen none of Yahuwah get back in. Y'all hear me? It's needful for us to make sure we get this thing right. Come on, finish this up.
And if thy hand offend thee,
This is what he told him to do.
cut it off.
If you're going to elevate, if you're going to get higher than where you at, you got to get rid of some stuff, folks. Consider yourself to be like the space shuttle. It's going to keep you from leaving this place to get to where you're trying to go. Then one, it makes sense to get rid of it. Do y'all know how much money they spend in that space shuttle? They might spend approximately, so many hundreds of millions of dollars to make that space shuttle? $300 million. That's a lot of money. You know that's enough money for me if I spend on something. I wouldn't let a damn thing go. How many of y'all feel the same way? $300 million, you finna let something go. But in order to get it where it's trying to go, you got to let something go. That's how you got to look at yourself. These carnal-minded people got nothing, meaning they built it and everything attached to it was only there to get the purpose, to get the part that they need to go to the purpose. Well, Yahuwah built something in you to get to the purpose, right? That soul of yours got to reach him, got to get to him. In order for it to happen, everything else you got to let it go, including yourself. Including yourself. You got to let it go. Everything is detaching, allows it to elevate. It'll help it to get so far. That's how you got to look at people in your life. You've helped me to this point. Now I got to detach. If I'm going to go higher, if I'm going to go higher than where I'm at, if I'm going to really try to meet the purpose and the challenge, I got to let it go. If that space shuttle holds on to the whole complete body, it's coming down. This is the same thing that happened to you. You're going to keep holding a line, masturbation, fornicating, lusting, cheating, or anything, or whatever you've done or doing, anything you're doing, hypocrite, backbite, murmuring, grumbling, you do know you're coming down. In order for you to gravitate, or not gravitate, for you to elevate, you got to let something go. Because at the end of the day, you got to consider everything you've gotten and gotten with people attached to, it's only been to get you to a purpose. And you got to know when you got to let some stuff go. It can be your kids. It can be your wife, your husband. Just like a lot of you, I got several members in here that's without their spouses. As hard and hurtful and as painful as it might be, had you kept on to them, though. Had you had on to them. You said, and you know it is. Look at how much trouble they trouble your mind now. How much they were. What you think happened you kept them? You're going to have to detach. Princess shake her head to me. I know that right. Where your damn husband at? Adam, she's like, I know that. My first husband. We'll have another meeting after service. No. But, I mean, that's the whole fact. And much of the thing hurts you. You look at how much it tears from you. It's a reason why. Because he can show you sometimes just how much an influence people have on you, just like parents and loved ones and kids. That's a lot of wear. It is, and a lot of people will wear and tell you so much, and to you, you'll say, it's not. Your body can tell things that you don't say. People ask me, they say, Pastor, you feel all right? I say, I'm okay. I'm not okay because my body says I'm not. If I was okay, I wouldn't have the pains or the figures I might deal with, right? But you learn to encompass in your mind to say you are when you're actually not, because you got to push past it. Sometimes we'll hold on to things that really keep us from being better, which means you got to learn how to detach from certain things, get rid of certain things, cut certain things off. Because at the end of the day, what is the purpose? Where are you trying to go? Depending on where you're trying to go, if you're just trying to crash, all you got to do is keep holding on to everything you got. Keep doing what you got to do. But if you're going to make it, you got to let something go. Why do you think he would tell you that if your right hand offend thee, what happened to him?
If thy hand offend thee,
cut
it off.
I think in some of them it said right hand, doesn't it? Don't one of the writers say right hand? Matthew said right hand. Whether it's added or not, but you'll find even with the Muslim people, you'll find how important the right hand is. Typically, they're going to cut a hand and cut the left hand. That's the dirty hand. No? Right, you leave the left hand, it's the dirty hand, you got to be the white. Left hand, they won't take left hand shakes. That's an insult. That's the hand you wipe with. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know who walk out with tissue on their hand to show, or boo-boo on it so I can show you which one. I don't know what hand. I'm not finna, I don't know. First of all, did you wash your hand? I don't know, that's the main thing we need to have right now. Because unless you got an L and an R on that hand, I don't know if you're just going to stay left-handed. If you're not left-handed, I just don't sell this left-hand wipe. But, I mean, to each his own. But you see what I'm saying? They typically going to cut out, and the right hand is considered to be the more valuable hand. It's a hand most people going to shake with. It's a lot that's involved in the right hand. So you look at cutting out something. And a lot of people say, well, I'm right-handed. So definitely cutting my right hand. This ain't even a question. I'm not interested in doing that. But if this right hand is causing me, and it's the most influential hand of a part of my body, or that's hurt me or deplete me, it's going to be need for me to cut it off. The reason why?
It is better for thee to enter into life maimed
than
having two hands to go into hell.
Well, what happened?
Into the fire that never shall be quenched.
And what's going to happen?
Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched.
What sense it made for him to sit around and just tell me, if my right hand offend me, cut it off, and that's it? Because there's a lot of interpretation with that. It's a lot of interpretation. If that right hand offend thee, cut it off. All I'm trying to figure out, why? My right hand don't offend me enough to cut it off. How many of y'all feel like cutting your right hand off, feel like that's what's holding you back? Nobody here. Nobody even want to raise their right hand. They're like, they're like, I just raised my head up. Do that number. Nobody even want to do that. But then he need to put something attached to it. It's better, though, if you did, than for you to go to hell and burn in the fire, where the fire ain't going to never be quenched and the maggots ain't going to die. Oh, you talking about cut off my right hand. I didn't understand it at first. You see what I'm saying? Because now there's something attached to give you a motivation to do that. Because this is hindering me. This is stopping me from doing something that I'm trying to do. Then I got to cut it off. A lot of us in here have done it. Wow. That's amazing. In life, athletes, there's certain things you have to cut out in order to play. Right? Chris know about it. Chris said, that's why I quit. I went another. He's like, I want to smoke weed. Chris said he told him, he said, I don't want to travel. I want to stay back. My friend them smoking weed and stuff. He realized, because in order to do that, he knew what they had to do. He had to cut it off. You had to let them go, and you got to stay with the team. And typically, when you with the team, what they tell you, the team your friends now. Don't they try to teach it? They try to teach that solidarity. The team had to become, I can't say we're on opposite team, and I'm over here and I'm trying to get ready to jump on him. What's going to happen? They're going to let me and him fight. My whole bench coming, his whole bench coming. Isn't that right? They're like, no, not one of us. Isn't that right? Because they look at, we attached to each other. But now we get to a point we got to start looking at what do you have to do in order for you to get on this team? Where you can get this type of defense where who will come in and he'll fight for you. He'll repay, he'll recompense. There's some things you got to give up, people. There's some behaviors you got to give up in order for you to be on the team. In order for you to be a part of the clan, there's some stuff you got to let go of. And that's what he's telling you. If that hand offend you, you got to cut it off. Based upon the validity of, if you don't, you're going to go to hell with it. What's the purpose of you going to hell with something wrong? It ain't like I'm going to sit in hell to my, Got my right hand. Let Mike write the song for me. Press, press, press. Got to press with my right hand in hell. Nobody, you see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. And it don't make sense to cut the right hand off, but I'm going to hold on to something else that's holding me back. Because some of us can cut some things off because it really ain't that important to us. See, when the Dabarim comes, it's going to get us on some other end because there's some secret things about us. There's some secret things about me that I think I know that I don't know. The only way I'm going to find out when that Dabarim comes, it's going to hit me. I'm like, let me see how that goes because it need to be interpreted. That's even for me now. When I put it out there, it ain't just for y'all, it's for me too. Because anybody here, you ask them feel like they're good. And that thing comes, and let you go and say, let me try to see what another writer said. This ain't going to, like Bryce said, when you got a problem with one thing, this ain't all you got a problem with. I ain't going to sit here and tell you every time I hear something, here I go jump. That's it. Come on, give it to me. Oh, beat my ass. Come on. No. Go whip my ass because you love me when you whip me. I'm trying not to get beat, although it's love. And I ain't just trying to go find this stuff. That's just human nature. I ain't going to say and tell you no lie. I'm looking for stuff. Everything I can find wrong. No. But you have to learn to adjust it when it comes to be able to accept. Try to have that mindset where you don't try to just fight to get away from it. You wait to find out. Because sometimes things might not be wrong. It could be a test to see whether or not are you willing. Look at Abraham. He told to offer his only son. Did he have to do it? But it was a test to see would he do it. See, a lot of times, before we think, I got to get up, I got to cut my face, I can't do this, I can't do it. If you just shut your mouth and just prove, first of all, I'll do it for my soul. Then he can come back and he can restore. Just like he did with him, he didn't have to do it. He told him, said, look, they go around right there in the thicket. You ain't got to do it. But a lot of times we'll do so much fighting and going and stuff. He said, I just did it so you can just prove whether or not you love me. A lot of us, how many of you feel like you love him? How many of y'all feel like you love him? Well, in doing that, then we got to put demonstration. It's easy for us to say, even people doing wrong will say they love him. Why wouldn't you? I have an emotional care or feel there. But he said, well, so we can solidify this relationship, I'm going to give you some stuff, some tests I want you to do. If you love me. If you love me. And those tests are going to prove out whether or not that you actually accomplish this versus you just saying something or having this feeling. I know because sometimes I'll be, what the hell is that? You finna throw up? See, we got to get out of thinking it's an emotional ruin or a cry or a shout. It's conforming ourselves to something. It's staying consistent with something. The average human mind and ability is to break away and stop and don't do so, especially with something strenuous. Come on, let me say, I'm going to get ready and twist your arm and I want you to tell him when it hurt. Hell, he be thinking, so stop. Yeah, hell, I'm doing that for. But with him, it's a consistent turn to see, can you still stand? Meaning, people going to come at you, things going to come and seem like one thing, another thing, another thing. But it gets to show you whether or not, what does it take your breaking point and what you got to do to fix it where you stop breaking so quick. But you don't know that till you get tested. A lot of times we feel like, what he don't do is tempt you with sin. How you get into sin, that's your own lust. All I do is just put you where I can prove you. Now, when you give in to sin, this is what people make, I'm confused. He don't tempt them with sin, but then these things come. If you give over to it, you went over to it because that was your lust. That makes sense? People be like, they'll try to use, I'm confused. Why he put it out? Why he put these niggas around here and want to look at them? Why the hell you there? Why you somewhere with naked women? I said, set no wicked thing before your eyes. So had you obeyed this, what action that evolved from that wouldn't have happened. I would prove you to see whether or not you love me, whether you would do what I told you to do or whether you going to say, and what that happened, you done. When that damn tongue roll out like a red cup hit the ground, you done. So you can kind of see the difference. Versus how we try to go and then we start trying to rationalize our mind. I think he set me up for fall. I think he not. If he was setting you up for fall, he wouldn't give you the Dabarim. Because whether or not the book said whether you know it or not, you ain't going to believe it. The book says sin. That stuff people told us, it ain't sin if you don't know. That's a lie. He even told you when you come to know it later. He said, that's sin. You tell me if I marry another woman, I got a living wife, and I wasn't supposed to remarry, and I go in and die and go to jail, he's going to say, well, that ain't sin because you ain't know about it. That's not the book. The book said, well, there's no, what was it? Law. Is there a law against being an adulterer? Then it's sin. See, people done told us all this fools talking about, he don't know, he overlooked babies and fools. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know where you got that from. And that's what the whole book told you about, awake down there sleeping and arise from the dead. And the Messiah should give you life. See that you walk circumspect, not as fool, he overlooked fools. Why the hell would I not walk like a fool? He overlooked fools. Why am I up here to restrain myself instead of walking like a fool? Because he overlooked babies and fools. Why would he tell me to wake up and don't be as a fool? Because a fool is unconscious. A fool is stupid. They'll do something they know you shouldn't be doing it. That's the part he tell you to get conscious. The fact that you don't have the fear, that you don't let it restrict you another, stop doing wrong. Stop being a fool and be wise and redeem the time. Meaning I got to make up for lost time. That's what you're doing, redeeming the time. Because the days are rushing. And he told you to be not unwise, but what was it again? Understanding what the will of Yahuwah is. I got to understand it. It's a purpose. Everything he tell me to do has got a purpose to it. There's a means to it. All these things that I've looked at and have been to set me up and make me fall and trip me up and all that, this has been me. Huh? He even told me before, a man that put his stumbling block in front of his own face. I know I can't say I cut the lights off. Why would I cut the light off? So I can fall. Don't make sense. He even talked about a man that put a stumbling block in front of his own place. He said these people he said their stumbling block is in front of their own face. So we do a lot of damage to ourselves. We do a lot of damage to ourselves. Y'all got to stop being afraid of heights. Now y'all have fear of heights, elevate. Because you look at the higher I go, the harder it fall. You keep listening to these semantics that these people coming on keep fooling you with. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. This is fool. He ain't bigger than everybody. Why is he falling? Because every premise they ever give you, every story always by somebody fall. Jack, hell, little old white boy done tripped the damn giant up, made him fall from him. So they keep getting these bad premises that mess you up, and you keep pitching yourself as being the man that owned the beanstalk that fell. The little white boy gonna trip you up. You always keep looking at stuff from a negative side and not see yourself. I've been there. Why? You have got to get to a point that you trust the Purym enough that you stop letting everything come and throw you. At the 4th chapter, right quick, of the book of Ephesians. Ephesians 4. I don't want to be sleeping. I don't get but a few hours of sleep. Man, what you talking about? You just woke up. That Joe don't agree with me so much out there. I told him, I said, yeah, honey. He said, you're right. I said, you're right, that's right. We can eat honey. I said, yeah, we can't eat honey. That's right. You can't eat no honey. I said, but Chef Shun gave me a family honey. That's right. Eat that honey. I said, but was it honey from the fruit of it? That's right. Maple, that's it. I said, I can't wait. My son, he told me, preacher, I sit back and I watch you. I said, 7 times. 7 times. So you only had 3 right now. I said, I know. Thank you, Mike. Listen.
For the perfecting of the set apart ones, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of the Mashiach.
See, that's the whole purpose of putting the gifts, the operation. Amazingly, Purym is about gifts. See, he's already set it up. So him doing that, leaving it, already set you on the premise about Purym, because he gave gifts to the poor. That was the whole purpose of when we started, too, here. He told you, when he stood up, he read the book. Recovering the sight to the blind. Said it captured them that are bruised. And he was carrying the preacher to the poor. When he came, he was preaching it to the poor. Only way he told you to preach it to the poor, Purym was always in effect. Huh? That's us. We poor. You don't even know it. And the book said, through his poverty, you ain't gonna believe what happened. We became rich. Rich in mercy, rich in grace, rich in patience, because he's giving that to us. We should have been cut off. Do you know what had to happen? Listen, all the people that came before, these people were cut off one time. One time. The Bens of Elohim came down and saw that the daughters of men, the Banuth of Anus, were fair, and they took wife all of whom they chose. Let me ask y'all something. That was equivalent to going after strange flesh. How many of you have been guilty of, you don't have to raise your hand, of having committed a homosexual act before? You don't have to raise your hand. That's going after strange flesh. Why are you not cut off? Why are you not cut off? Why any of us not cut off? Whether knowing, minors, adults, why are we not cut off? These men were cut off. These folk were cast out. The book said, and the Malachi, which kept not the gall, the audacity that you would turn from what I told you. He said he had reserved in the chain. These people get no blood, the sprinkling of no blood. They get no preaching of no law. They get no covenant that brings them back into remembrance or bring them back into solidarity with Yahuwah. They are sitting and waiting. I have them reserved in chains of darkness for the day of destruction. Why you don't have none? How many of y'all have only turned one time? How many of y'all have only messed up 2 times? 3. How about 10? And we set him so miserable as though I'm being set up. Do you understand that what had to be done? Somebody had to ransom himself. Somebody had to give up all of his rights that you could get him. Somebody had to allow you to come into their inheritance in order that you not sitting here. How many of y'all would have loved it? I remember years ago, how many of y'all would have loved to have been born an angel? If they call an angel. Nobody. Nobody. Oh, hell. I did. I want to be one. So I said, hit that way. I know I ain't going to hell. I don't know about y'all. Listen, I was like, if I could have just been born, I was like, man, had I been born up there, I'd be sitting here looking like, yeah, you going to kill all them. I don't know. All them bastards sinners down there. I wouldn't do it. I been bum up there. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. By hell, I probably messed up and got boastful. I done messed up, look on it and feel, oh, anything. Because a nigga get too comfortable now. Yeah, they eating watermelon, spit seeds all on the ground. One of them slipped and got her out alive, talking about, wasn't me. That's just it. Basically, watermelon juice all on my stuff. Anything. Anything I snuck around, got a pig feet sandwich from somebody. Pig feet, done. That's a lot of variables. Because y'all know stuff just don't work out. What on it? It'd be worse. And sometimes you could look at all that we're hoping that had I been born, and they would have called her an angel, which is a Malachi, how easy, how much better things would have been done. But even with them, you had to look at what happened. The law still had to be kept. So when they came down and they turned, they broke laws. Let me guess. They were speaking proper Greek. They probably knew Latin. What kind of language do you think they know? We're sure of this, that they knew the purest language. No altering, no defects. If it ain't in your heart, it don't matter where you at. That's what we're working on. We want to cleanse that heart to a point of whether I'm here. Listen, Daud spake concerning Yahushua. Whither shall I go from the presence of Yahuwah? If I sit in the Shamayim, he there. He said, if I descend down, he's there. He said, if I went to the uttermost part, he's there. He said, and his right hand right there to guide me. See, if I ain't got no guide, it don't matter where you put me or you ain't going to make it. We keep thinking, if I could just be, I remember as a kid, younger teenager, I remember one time I just stayed home and locked the door. You know, I walked around the house, I said, I'm perfect. I did. I said, because I ain't going nowhere that whole day. I said, that way I'm saying. I just stayed in the house. I said, I ain't going out. I want to be perfect. I said, the only way I could be perfect, I said, I had to get away from people. Y'all got to understand, as I was a child, so I thought as a child. I reasoned as a child. See, what I didn't understand, comprehend, or even overstand, it wasn't the people. It was me. Because regardless of what people do, if that was the intent, he would have never told me that if sinners entice thee, someone had to be with people. He told me that no man lighted the candle and put it on the table. He said put it on top so everybody come in the room can see it. That's when he put you on these jobs that you hate and people you around that get on your nerve. Somebody need to see the light. So he come back here, he coming back with warrants. He's coming back here with accusation. That's basically all you got when you got a warrant. It's an accusation. Don't mean you're done. It's an accusation was made, and we just got to bring you in so we can just make sure whether or not it's true. He got a bunch of accusations. He need accusations against these people. So he put you in places. He set you in situations, just like he did with the Philistine. See, nobody paid attention to. You have no idea. He's seeking an occasion. Although they locked O.J. Simpson up, he had an occasion to go in that man's house. He told them they got my stuff. So he took some friends of his and they went in and they held the people hostage with guns. Y'all got me? Those things, those trinkets allowed him to get an occasion to get into this man's house where he could do what he was planning to do. Well, Yahuwah done the same thing. He told him, you took my gold and my silver. You took my head. You took them from my. So what you think I'm going to do? Hell, y'all ain't seen no O.J. Simpson. He get back in. He going to be running so damn fast it don't make no sense. He coming back here to get back what was, he told, I came to seek and to save that which is lost. There's some stuff that been dispersed and scattered. I came to get, he got so many different reasons that he can prove why he coming back. There's some stuff was lost. When he told you, cause y'all to take it and let, what did he told him to do? A barber, he told him to take a sword and let it come upon his beard. And he took some and let it went in the wind. I'm coming back to get that later. Later on, I'm coming back to get it. When I come back to get it, I'm coming back to get whoever got it. You don't want it with you when I come back to get it. You don't want to you just want to make sure you ain't got it when he come back here searching for what he done lost. See, I know time been going on and people been talking and showing and man getting work, but his plan hadn't changed. I done saw the occasion against these people. But for those whom he looked to be his elect, they're going to hold to the dabarim. I just need you to hold tight. Because I'm coming quickly. All I need you to do is just keep holding to what I told you. These other people, when I get back here, I'm going to take vengeance on these people. He said, when I come back, I'm going to convince all. There's some people, y'all ever tried to talk to your family member or anybody about this, trying to see if you can convince them? So they didn't hear you then. Where did he get back? They'll hear him when he come back. He said, when I come back, I'm going to convince all. Not only that, I'm going to convict all for their hard speeches, for their deeds. He said, I'm going to get them. He said, which sinners have done. Every one of them did it. He said, could have been nobody but sinners. Ain't no way somebody that's of him a believer been fighting, been kicking against him. When I get back, I'm going to convince them and I'm going to convict them. Or their hard speeches. Or their deeds. Which these sinners have done. I'm coming back, and he already letting you know in this speech, letting you know this was already spoken of. This has already been told. Well, that don't probably move y'all, Finish this up right here. Ephesians 4:12. You need this today, whether or not you're taking now. Your behavior wasn't that called for this teaching. You need this. I had something else I would have liked to show you, but he said, nah, the people need to hear this. Oh, I'd have told you what I was going to tell you. You'd have loved it because you didn't know it. I know you don't know it because I ain't told it to you yet. But he said, this is going to be beneficial that these people are going to have to learn. You're going to get away from sin or you're a candidate to burn in hell when you come back in. Everybody in here. Everybody in here. Nobody getting no pass and nobody did no great job. You shouldn't have been doing it. Shouldn't have been doing it. This is bottom line. It's no give me mercy, give me grace, give me love. Shouldn't have been doing it. We've got over and above. Over and above. And the fact, but he done told you, I beseech you therefore, our key. No. 6. 2 Corinthians 6:3 right quick. Let's see that side. Let me make it 6 and 1. Listen.
We then, as workers together with him,
beseech you also
that you receive not the grace of Elohim in vain.
Listen, why?
For he saith, I have heard thee, and the time accepted.
Wow. We talked about it before about acceptable. I heard you on the time. You've been wanting me to come by to gather you up when I come. I done heard you. That's what they did to you. That's what they did when they came through Mizraim. When he told Mushah, tell me I heard they cry. I'm coming to gather them in. People don't even look at when he moved them out, did he? He moved them out right at the time to bring them up for first fruits. He brought them out on Pesach, which bring them right into being the first fruits. See, but I heard you in acceptable time. When else I'm going to bring you out? See, there's a time period involved when it comes down to fruit of things maturing and when things are changing. That's what we got to learn. Of the times, season, you have no need that I should write unto you. For you yourselves know what? Perfectly well that the Yom of Yahuwah so coming. That's why he took them out. He took them out at night. What other time we looking for him to come back? Why would we be looking for him to come back and they're going to be the sun upstanding? They don't even line up with their premise. That's amazing because in Batashit I told what I did. When he came, it was Kashaf. So why am I looking to come with light? Everything, he done set you up to show you. When I came to get your forefathers out, when they dog, I led them out. And I was light to him. He was our order to him. What are we looking for? In the time when he came and got them, he got them in Abib. In our first month, our first moon. He got them on time to bring them out so they could be first fruits. What are y'all looking for? What did they do before he came and got them? Just like every seed does. You got to break ground. Huh? You got to struggle against all the elements. There's insects you fight. When plants and trees come, don't you know how to fight insects and diseases? They got to fight other predators that eat from them and even devour them. They got to fight weather. They got to fight rain. They got to fight exhaustion of heat, droughts, and still you got to break through. What the hell y'all in here crying for then? Because their whole goal when they were planted was to please Elohim. See, when he told them about the sheep when he created them, that's Ta'ud. And I want you to keep repeating the same cycle. I want you to keep repeating the same cycle. See, when rain don't come, I'll cause a mist to come for you. See, he provides. When he put them in the gates, keep doing what you're doing. The way I made you and established you, I want you to keep that same protocol. Everything that should come out from you should be doing the same thing. When a lion comes out, when a cub comes from milk, it goes straight to meat. That's what every lion do. You don't find no damn lion out there picking no plums, out there damn tasting peaches and coconuts. That's not even in their character. That's not even their framework. They're saying that anointing. That's why he was so prevalent on setting us up and attaching us to somebody that had the obedience, that had the love, that had the consistency that he desired. I want you to fruit out from this man. Abraham, Yasakut, and Yaakov. If you fruit out from these men, because they seed is in themselves. If you connect to these men, this will keep you on the path of Sadiq. The problem is now, we don't went over to other people. Esau hated his birthright. Soon as something came up, soon as something he couldn't handle, he was ready to sell out. Why? You know what he wound up doing later, right? He sought it with tears and strong crying. Book said he couldn't find it. Can you imagine that? Going from somebody he loved, one mistake, and now you got to come back and get it. Ain't nothing for you, baby. Why your name ain't Esau? Why does he keep giving us the opportunity, chance that we sit here and we just louse it up? That we act and do it nothing. You got to see this man after a while. Do you really want to see that man in your stated condition as it is now? But now he gives you an opportunity to change. Do like your forefather, your cove did. You got to be clean and change your garments. Huh? We're going up to Bethel. Be clean and change your garments. Do like he did. When he went to see, he was going up to his Abba's house, wasn't he? He already knew what had to be done. He already did it before. He was going to see his father before. And he looked at, when he went to see his father before, he looked at what he had to do. He had to change his garment. Huh? He had to change the aroma that came from him in order to be something that pleased his Abba, that his Abba would baruch him. How many of y'all want to be Baruch, by Yahuwah. Change your garments. Huh? Give off that odor that he desires versus a stench. That's why we're here. We're here because we're trying to find out exactly what do we need to do to solidify our position. Y'all got me? That's why we're here. You're supposed to be honestly. How you be a contender you ain't even in the running? How you gonna be content you ain't even fighting? I'm a contender. Wait, you fighting? No, I'm over here on the bench. I ain't fighting. I'm just sitting out here in the crowd. You ain't even in it. You're gonna have to get in here and go through something. Nobody just don't become no number 2, number 1 contender. They hadn't fought nobody. You gotta fight to get here to get a championship seat or get an opportunity to try to win the championship. You gotta fight in order to win, to be a champion in this thing that you're gonna obtain salvation and that you're gonna hold on to it. And when you get to become champion, they don't know that. Nobody will let you sit down. I'm gonna tell you out. I want to fight Chris Carson. I be like, I beat him for that belt. He's like, oh damn. And behind me is somebody else. I want to fight. You sit around saying, damn. All these jokers want to fight me? Yeah, you got what we want. Why y'all think the devil keep at you? You're not finna get no salvation and sit down. I thought get saved and go sit down somewhere and just wait. Where? No. There's some people want to fight you for that one. Okay. When you understand the plight, then you got a better grasp of concept of what you're doing. You don't get saved and go sit down. You got me? When you get it, it's a bigger fight now to try to make sure they keep you from having it. Y'all got me? It's more work once you get it. People say, oh, if I get saved, then it's just easier. No, it's more work. It's more work. But I ain't telling you that to stop you and say, what's the point? Because you're trying to get somewhere and they want. This is what people tend to do. They'll waste more time fighting you than versus they took that same inner strength and just fought their own fight, the good fight of faith, and they can try to get it as well. This ain't a one-man championship as though people put it, but most people are so lazy and so sorry and so confused by the devil that they sit here and they think there's going to be salvation to stop you and keep you from getting where you got to go. But you just got to be mindful to know that people are going to try to get you off track because they themselves are doing nothing. The people that are critical of you are going to be people that's against you. The people that's going to envy you, people that want to be like you. And you got to realize that. I don't worry about how many people that hate me. I look at how many people I'm helping. I look at what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I got to please my Creator. They hate me because I'm doing something. Hell, I know some people don't hate them. Damn right they don't hate them. They ain't doing nothing. I'm tearing down sin. I'm wrecking establishments. Damn right they going to hate me. I'm convicting people. I'm giving them opportunities so you can get converted. So don't make no excuse, but you going to have to, just like you said, they hate him without a cause. First, all these lies and philosophy people don't tell because he condemned people. He told them situations, he gave them parable that they knew came from the law, and they said they perceived he was talking about them. And these hypocrites going to tell me, don't talk about nobody. He talked about all of them. In the 11th chapter of the book of Matthew, he went through in the book, said he started to upbraid the whole city. Criticized the whole city. Some of them, the old lying-ass preachers telling you that fools in your ass are candidate to burn in hell. Why you think they killed a man? Nobody killed no damn body, hand out no catfish dinners. Christian church tell a lie. Catfish and mullet dinner. You don't kill nobody. You like, that's my nigga. You got some bill to go with this? Nigga tell you, do that again. He like, what that for? Do that thing again over there water for me. Isn't that right? Do it the second time, that way we can confirm it. No good damn well these folks ain't finna kill somebody again. I know fish dinners. I better stop being stupid. They killed that man because this man tried to let them know, well, all this natural stuff I'm giving you, open your eyes and hear you, I got to convict you and heal you from sin. All these afflictions, I'm just coming through showing you that I can do them. But the main thing I can't do was to heal you from sin. Where were these people whose eyes he opened when he was on the tomb? Where was Jairus when he raised up his daughter? Where were all these people? You can't find it. Where were blind Bartimaeus when they were taking this man out here? Yeah, we read the story in the 69th chapter of the book of Tahalia. He said, no man pitied me. See, these people, he told them before, you just follow me for the fishes and the loaves. How the folks do the same thing here because you getting some help? That ain't going to save you. 625, your Ukanon. I'm telling you what's going to save your soul alive. Listen.
And when they had found him on the other side of the sea,
Listen what happened.
they said unto him, Adoni, when camest thou hither?
Found that your Arbori. That's the other side. Man, crossed over. They found him on the other side. How you going to find, this is what you got to think about. How you going to try to get him? You still on the same side with these other people. They didn't realize to find him, you had to get on the other side. See, that was folks I've been trying to find, I ain't been able to find him. Where you at? I heard all the lie they could tell. You know what I love about Jesus that we were here today? You know where he'll be at the titty bar. That damn show right. Anybody named Latin Pig would be at the titty bar. I mean, just the stuff they done told you. You know, he'll be in the liquor store. He'll be with the drunks. Where you get this shit from? That's diarrhea. What the hell he gonna be doing on a titty bar? Trying to stay them down. Heavy dineros up on her nun skirt. I'm like, man, stop it. Where in the world people get this stuff from? Anything to make a food. Man, I told you to come out from among them. Be ye separate. What the hell are you going to be doing in the strip joint? Anything to make yourself feel comfortable being a damn self. Where do people get that from? Because you hear what you want to hear to justify your behavior. Listen.
Yahusha answered them and said, Amat, Amat, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles.
See that? He said that didn't move you, huh? What happened, son?
But because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled.
What did he tell them to do?
Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life.
That's why y'all quit, give up, and stop. Y'all laboring for that meat that perish. If you want laboring for that meat that perishes, then you'll still be continuing. That's what he told me in the 8th chapter of the book of Yehukanan, 8 and 30. Then said Yahusha to those Yahudim that believed on him, if you continue in my dabarim, then are you my mathitis, and you shall know a mat, and a mat shall make you free. Y'all still bound because y'all keep laboring for the natural stuff. Listen, houses, cars, all that stuff beautiful. Jewelry, the whole nine is beautiful. Can't make that your salvation. A lot of times we done got a lot of stuff, we done miss course on what we really got to do. A lot of stuff, he know what it takes for us in here to be saved. A lot of stuff, we get it. You're not going to stay on the plan of salvation. He show you when it drive you already and trying to get it, it's keeping you away from it. And you saying, once I get it, then I'm going to get consistent. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. So let me get this straight. Once you get what you need, then you're going to be able to give me more time. Yeah. What did it take for you to get what you need? Well, I had to cut back on my time and love and what I was doing for you. So once you get it, how you going to keep it? How many have been guilty of we say we get something, then we can serve him better? If we're saying that because some things are restricting us, why would I serve him better with it? It should be consistent. What did EU say? Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. He said, but I shall do what? I'm going to increase and get better. His situation got worse, and he said, I'm going to maintain. Now, how is it you're going to be able to do more for him once you get some stuff? And not, I'm going to maintain. You see what these become truths for us that we use to justify what we're trying to accomplish or what we're trying to get. As soon as I get where I'm trying to go, then I'm going to be able to give him more of my time. I'm going to be able to get him, I'm going to be able to do more then. I'm going to be able to really help the synagogue here. It's not about you helping the synagogue, it's about you saving yourself. You want to help us save yourself. Don't nobody watch and listen to him use nothing you doing and that you're going to help us and that's going to be better and that's going to count for you doing better with him later. You're going to do better with him by doing better now. So if I told you anything different than that, I'd be lying to you. But see, we done bought into that hype. There a lot of stuff we doing is for him and for his people. Is it? Is it? Or is it going to be so people can speak well of us? So people look at us differently. We can serve him better a lot of time with less stuff. Because the more restraint, commitment we get with these people, the more it's going to pull away some of your time, some of your love. Some of your thinking got to be thought on what you're going to do about that bill. What you going to do about this upcoming stuff? What you got to do about what you got to try to do and where you're trying to go and what you're trying to get and what you're trying to have later. And a lot of that will pull us away. Before we know it, we start becoming more and more inconsistent. Some of our love start dying out. It's going to happen. Anything you don't put something into is going to happen. How many of y'all got a house? Don't work on it, don't take care of it, and see if it'll keep itself. You got to put some time in it. You got to go through it. Sometimes you look and say, I didn't even notice that there. So it started to see you to say, I need to start checking, because if I ain't noticed that, guess what? It's probably something. That's what he's doing with you. Because sometimes, because you only go but so many places inside yourself, you only do so many things, you're not conscious enough to go through and look at. You got a leak right now. And that leak is probably associated. You start going, you say, damn, I didn't know this. You weren't checking. And that's what he's trying to make sure of now. You don't want to wait and find out and the damage wind up being more severe. So he got you somewhere where he got an inspector to go through and say, go ahead and get them people that inspection reports so they know what's going on inside their house. Because they have no idea, because they haven't been examining it. They haven't been checking it. They've been assuming everything. If the house still standing, it must be good, because it's standing don't mean ain't something broke. And when the chief shepherd get back here, the chief Raha, he going to condemn it. Everything he come back here, when he condemn it, he going to do like anybody else, then I got a demolition it. That's why he was destroyed man the first time. When he examined man, he said, I got the demolition. It's condemned. Once I done told you, I done declared you to be wrong, I got to condemn it. So to make sure nobody else will live in it again, I got to tear it down. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, he couldn't leave it there. Get what I can get out. The rest I got to burn. Sometimes you got a house, you get mold, and mold get through the house. Sometimes you can't save nothing. Sometimes just a couple of items. But anyway, do like he did at Sodom. Get what you can and get out. Because I got to destroy this thing. Y'all hear me? Some of y'all don't know you got mold. If you don't treat mold, it'll continue to spread. You know what you got to use to kill mold? Bleach. They won't tell you that. They'll tell you, hey, man, I did all this stuff. You use bleach. Bleach and water go through and kill it, but sometimes it being too much. So that's what we got to do now. Bleach will come in. You know what it'll do, too? It'll take your dog clothes and make it white. I also know how to clean mold. A lot of you guys have mold. So how to use bleach. I got to get that black life out of you. We got to get it white. We got to get it clean. Something he's going to recognize. You can have black skin, but that life got to be white. Y'all got me? That's what we got to have now. The problem is now we got a lot of stuff going on and we won't know or didn't know until somebody told us. We just look, if you make it, if you make it. If you ain't, it ain't intended for you to make it. Everybody ain't going to be saved. You're right, but you got to honestly contend. Have you honestly contended to be saved? We done took so much old behavior. I've taken my old life to use it to the retrospect of I'm trying to make sure I don't do what I did in the past. Quit. Give up. Find an excuse. I can't bring that over. I had to detach from that. That's what I've done all my life. Just quit. Just don't do it. Y'all got me? That's why I ain't play football. Here they will set up there and they'll hit you. You get tackled or you the tackler. They hit somebody tackle me, man, I'm gone. I ain't finna hit nobody hit me. I just ain't never made no sense nobody running hit me. I ain't see that. And where you going when you get through this? I'm like, cousin, and what should happen to this man? When he said, I'm like, I don't know, and what should happen to this man? I don't know what that man thought. He looked at me and thought I was the one wanting to be hit. I did not want to be hit. So I left. I ain't never been back. They probably waiting on me now. Well, Smith, I ain't coming back. 48 years old, and the other folks, they still out there, still trying to relive their old life. I'm not coming back. I'm good. Y'all got me. But that's how I look, because I ain't want the pain. I ain't want nobody to hit me, lift me up on no ground, and stab me with no damn dirt. Drag. I just didn't want it. Well, see, coming to this is the same thing. I didn't want to suffer. I didn't want to get sick. I didn't want to lose nobody close to me. He said, listen, we're going to do this. You have to fully commit to it. Because I know where you're going to be best served at. This is one of them things, like sometimes you'll have people, their parents will bring them out there, bring them, come on, bring your hand, come there, my boy a quarterback. I want on your team, he a quarterback. My damn son throw the ball. He ain't no quarterback. He not no quarterback. It don't matter what. How much we look and want to be one. I don't know what that was. Oh, that's from my mic. Oh, this on the back of my mug. Okay, don't worry about it. But listen, and in my heart, I love my boy, so I might want to be a quarterback. When the coach give me that coach, go tell my son, he might be a DN, he might be a water boy. He might be better on the bench. You'll see folks come out there and be, why they want to talk to the coach? Why my son not in? I mean, what we do, we got everybody out here, and I got to try to make sure the rest of them players can go. This is code word, your son's sorry as hell. Yeah. If your son can play as good as you damn think I'm damn stupid and we lose this game, his ass will be in here playing. Well, then I got to give you the political way. Well, what we try to do, we want to try to get all of them involved. And try, this is what, because I'm trying to keep them cussing your ass out. And we're trying something else. I'm going to try them at another position, see how they work out. Man, that's how you say your son's sorry as hell, and I'm trying to keep from losing worse than what we're doing. I don't want his ass in here. And because you done came, his ass will never leave now. You can call his ass Saul. You know why? His first name Pine. That's what he finna be damn right. Y'all like that? 999,782 more. I had like $1 million. What's that? Get a Palmer's another demerit. But you just see, a lot of times you looking from your standpoint, feeling like you know, but typically if you got a qualified coach, they're skilled in what they're doing. You just looking from the outside, assuming, and you based off of who you like, who you want to be in. This is a skill position. People talking about all the other stuff on the field. Coach is a skill position. You got to make sure a lot of things are going on, be watching a lot of things, do what's best said. And you're looking at overall. Somebody that's looking at who I like, I want to see them get in. Because my boy need to get some film. This is last year, and hell, this school's looking at it. If they is, they already made their mind on who they want. I assure you, they already know how to look at film. They know what you're doing already. This one game film here ain't going to be enough to get his ass in now. Because they already done caught on to that. Send me a tape. What you going to send me? Every damn time I done hit. I didn't see how many times your ass done miss. Send me whole games. Because they done already see you get these jokes on you looking at film, you like, who the hell is this out here? Because that film you sent been made up to make you look your best. When I watch that whole game, they're going to show me just exactly what you can do. Well, that's the same thing here. You on film. Now, you can send your best days you had, but I didn't see you just how you play all over. I didn't just see a whole game. That's what we in here doing now, whole game. We're trying to get drafted. You trying to get picked up? Well, he watching. So every time you get an opportunity, get out there and put yourself on the field, on the court. You got to play your best. Because y'all, like they tell you, scouts been them staying watching. Y'all got me. So everything that you see in natural light, actually they all took from him. Some of these scouts don't even let you know they coming. They just be in the game. You around and they say, man, you know what you got Tennessee. You're like, what the hell, who is that? Because I want to just sit back to see what you're doing. Because I know if you found here, you're going to show out. I just want to play your game and see what you want to do. Y'all got me? I need to see how you play when not just cause somebody watching. And that's the thing, when you think you're going to get something, sometimes you want to play your best or you're trying to get what you want. I need every time you play to be your best. Every time you go, I need y'all to go out and you put your game face on, you got your winning game face on. Y'all got me? I need y'all out here every time you get an opportunity, every time you live and breathe, I need you to play to win. And y'all ass been playing to lose. Benedict 4:12. Y'all tired now. Y'all need to be shouting and dancing. Y'all ass done danced and shouted enough. It's time for all of us to get it right. We're going to be one body. Then we all got we ain't no good if all of us ain't on the same page. We all together now. We all together. We ain't going to be, well, some of y'all go ahead and go to hell, the rest of us. No. We all together. All of us trying to get in. We all got to have each other back. Y'all got to remember, you hold up something. It's just like how a pyramid works. We all holding each other up. They don't just call it a pyramid because it got a point on the top. It's because how all the buildings, how all of it framed together, how it's set in structure. And that's how we got to work. We got to work to build ourselves up. We've done it with times before in the past. We built them naturally. Now we got to work to do it from the Ruach perspective. It takes all of us, every brick in here, to build this thing up to do what we got to do. I ain't talking about from no financial concept. I'm talking about for salvation. We need each other. I need you to get on point, just like you need me to stay on point, right? Well, I need you to get on point. Y'all got me? Come on.
Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Ben of Elohim.
What happened?
Unto a perfect ish.
See that? Just again, what's going to happen? All these gifts are working and get us the same thing I told you. Get you away from sin. Get you to blameless. Perfect. Everything comes back to be blameless. Listen.
Unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Mashiach.
Listen.
That we henceforth be no more beneath,
doing
tossed
what?
To and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of Anus and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Y'all see that? And that's what I tell you about him. I heard comments as well. It's hard to believe this book. Let me tell you about me. This me. I read this book from cover to cover. Y'all got me? This ain't all of it. a lot of it's been printed and have been tampered with and been changed. The concept of committing sin has not changed. Nobody altered that. You ain't going to go find no original writing that say, go and eat ass. You ain't going to find no original writing saying, go and be homo. Just go find it. If it was, you think these sisters want to put it out. Sin still been sin. Now, you change the name of characters. You try to change some statement we made. Hell, sin hadn't changed. What we found out ain't sin. That we thought was sin that the book said was sin. Sin still been sin. Lying, when we don't find out, ain't no such thing as lying. Original writing. Ain't no such thing. See, a lot of stuff, these are just frivolous foolishness. There's some shit. There's some bad shit. But what has changed on sin? It be different. Every man having many wives that he wants. I don't get it. Sin hadn't changed. We ain't found out no original writing that said go be homo, go get drunk, go smoke reefer. Where's it at? Where's it at? It's all right that I made reefer for the consumption and put in 1.5 a joker paper. Smoke blunts. Where's it at? Nothing's changed. That's why I keep telling y'all, hell, this ain't going to change nothing if you ain't got in your heart to live right. That's foolishness. There is a mod. They're going to tamper with the book because they know the book right. Hell, Rumpelstiltskin ain't changed. Goldilocks the same old damn lie. Because they already know ain't nothing to it. There's no effect to it. This book has effect to it. That's why you got to usher it and play with it. Try to make out your own deciphering. I just come along and do like it tell me. Just make precept upon precept. Line upon line. Here a little, there a little. Huh? The premise has not changed in living right. Where's it coming here? Men wear women clothes. Somebody go find the original writing and find that statement. He meant exactly what he said. A man should not wear, a man should not put on that which pertains to a woman, and neither shall a woman put on a man's garment, but all that do so an abomination, and he done proved it out. Show me a man done got on some damn women clothes and he ain't no abomination. Show me a woman got on some damn men clothes and she ain't no abomination. Everything he done said done proved itself out. I ain't gonna let none of y'all get away with none of that nigga shit. We got to be saved. I ain't moving not one time. The language ain't moving me. It just enhanced her to get better. How the hell y'all get worse? I ain't got no doubt about the way. Y'all hear me? Any information that can come up, listen, you can get the best they got out there. All you got to do is just lay it out there for me. I'll make it do what it do. I guarantee you, I'm going to make it do what it do. Ain't nothing moving me from doing what the man told me to do. I'm going to live right. Y'all hear me? Ain't nothing changed. We're just learning what he said and how it kind of come in the concrete. Like, no matter what these people done, sin still been sin. Y'all got me? How many of y'all feel that throne? I don't know. Hell, maybe I done lost my mind a long time ago. Because I ain't moving. I ain't preaching that I don't believe. If I don't believe it, it's me. I ain't going to preach it. Because I don't believe it. You know why I said damn, hell, ass, and shit? Because I don't believe it wrong. If I believe it wrong, I wouldn't say damn, ass, hell, ass, damn, and shit. I wouldn't say it. Because it's been proven out it's wrong. Y'all know why I preach what I preach? I believe it right. I wouldn't preach if I didn't think it was right. Not only that, I wouldn't live it. You know how I know it right? Because the sinner won't obey it. Hell, if everybody was doing it, I say ain't nothing to it. I'm being honest with you. I already know ain't nothing to it. Everybody doing it. That's another consolation. Let me know it right. Why the hell the rest of these folks can't do it then? They can do every other wrong. Why they can't do this wrong then? It smells so wrong. Do it one time. Hell, you do every other. Do this wrong then. Do this same wrong. Like Shaul said, if the truth all he ain't done abound more through my life, why am I judged as a sinner? Let's say the whole thing been a lie. I've been a lie. You can't commit adultery. You can't be homosexual and gay. Hell, I done helped you out. What the hell kind of doctrine these folks listening to? What are you looking to find? You don't need to be putting your damn banana in no man's tailpipe. I done saved some man's guts. Just like Shaul said, what we going to say? And someone going to confirm and say, let us do evil that good may come? He said, your damnation just. It's right to live right. It's just wrong to live wrong. Just like Shaul, I'm standing, I'm going to confirm the soul of y'all people. Don't y'all let these folks turn y'all around and help this half-ass wit stuff. Get your ass on point. We got to be saved. I ain't making no excuses for nobody in here. Can't afford to die and leave here no transgressor. Nobody. Give me the book of Micaiah. I know y'all done got tired of them. Micaiah 6 and 5. Have some other information for y'all. But hang in there, Mike. Might have been rubbing their head. He ain't got no potion. He can't make no potion to stay up like that. Might come, what do you got to preach? My head right? He made me, come in, get back, get the water. Take that. I'm going to take that for 6 weeks. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Try. I want to get him something. Still 2 services. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. See, like he mix up potions and stuff like that for people for natural effects and stuff. I mix up stuff with this book so I can heal people internal parts. See, it don't make no sense to go and heal your external parts to go to hell. Let's be honest. Anybody got diabetes in here? High blood pressure? You know what it don't make sense to do? Give you a cure that I can make up to cure diabetes and you're going to hell. I didn't help you. See, that's what we look at. A lot of stuff we look at, this natural health has killed us. Because we want so much natural health so we can keep living and be among people that's going to hell. If I don't get in there for my internal man, the natural healing ain't going to help me. I'm going to still be miserable. I'm going to still be unconscious of what's going on around me. I'm still be down. I mean, just got to be honest. It's back to what he said. What good is it going to be to go to hell? And I'll say, I just want to tell y'all in here, I'll just be a witness that my ass on fire. But I'm cured of diabetes. And also I don't have no high blood pressure. Who in hell going to want to hear about so damn I don't have no, they ain't going to have no high blood pressure either. They got high five. They're like, high five? $999,782.6. Isn't that right? That's all right. Can I make a point for it? Look at that. That's right, Donovan. Thank you. Donovan said, go ahead. He said, not a hole, as long as it ain't a hole. So do y'all grasp what I'm saying? All this stuff we trying, it ain't no good if we're going to take it to hell. Your health, your money, your car, what good is it? All we got to do is make sure we get this internal man right. That first. Come on, get this mic, y'all. You did that little thing. Got to blame it on somebody. Listen.
O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted, and what Balaam, the ben of Beor, answered him from Shittim unto...
What you at, 22?
I'm in Micah 6 and 5.
Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, yeah, that's good. Listen.
Wherewith shall I come before you?
Bad me up. That's right. Give me, since we over there, I didn't want that. Make that 6 and 4. Let's see what happens.
For I brought thee up out of the land of Mizraim, and redeemed thee out of the beth of servants, and I sent before thee Mushah.
That servant don't sound like it's the house of slavery. You a slave. See, a lot of times you hear house of servant, it just sound like I was a servant at Waffle House or something, then I moved up to management in another store. You was a slave. You hear me? He wanted you to know exactly what, and I think that's the problem we got, right? You know, like people got this kind of indentured servant versus a slave. You were a slave. Indentured servant sound better. People saying, my family weren't slaves, they was indentured servant, your family was slaves. See, you keep trying to use these other additives to make it sound better than what it is. I brought you out of the house of slaves. In order to redeem you, you know what I had to do to get you from being a slave? Ransom. What else I had to do? Who? That's right. I had to kill the people that kept you in slavery. See, if you paid attention, and this is where our father come in, and Allah Shamut. When I sent Mushah to go and say, tell Pharaoh to let my people go, you do know that he was even concerned about who am I that he going to hear me? Well, that's the same thing you look at. You start looking at your inability. Why would the devil hear me or listen to me enough that he'll stop troubling me? Because you see yourself as insignificant. You don't have the voice piece, a mouthpiece, the ability. As Moshe said, I'm slow of tongue, stutter. He said, but I made man mouth. I made the halt, the blind, the lame. He said, don't I do all of that? Nobody had ever considered that. Whenever we seen babies defected or deformed in our sight, our eye, we naturally assume the devil did it. He said, I do all that. Nobody makes a healthy, what we call baby, a living baby, a dead baby. Nobody makes a stuttering baby, a mentally ill baby, or a baby with one arm or two fingers or whatever. He said, don't I do all of that? Meaning, I need you to look at me. I need you to stop giving all this homage to other people that other people doing and other people in your life are doing. I need you to listen to me. Now, I told you to go, and he became angry with it. Because I just told you to go and to let my people go. But then he did let him know. He's not going to do it. Your mouth ain't going to be enough. I'm going to have to enforce this. Well, you trying to get away from sin, your mouth ain't enough. Devil, you ain't got no most powers over me, no more. Devils, eyes be free. Devil said, what the hell? They just said they speaking in tongues. Nigga got a car full of crack and ass. He didn't get that, did it? Because it's sticking out front. Don't worry about it. So what has to happen as he did? You're going to have to fight to get out. That's why he told them, I'm going to have to do this with a strong right hand. The reason why, hey, they just went in there and just said, okay, said, he should let the people go. He said, okay. He said we can leave. Ain't nothing to it. But the fighting part of what you had to get through to get out and what you suffered to get out should be a drive to make you want to stay out. I ain't just walk out. He let them know, I brought you out with a strong. When they came out, you ain't gonna be, you know what them fellas heard? Man, they were crying and wailing through the whole city. He said it wasn't one house, somebody wasn't dead. Huh? When that man brought them out, even there, he killed a lot. Locusts had done swamped the land. Frogs had come up on the land. Lights and balls had come in. Y'all don't know he had done rain down fire on these people? Just like Simon, it rained down fire on these people. These people got fiery hell that come in. These folk had 3 days of darkness. All that, and then when he came, he brought them out. Them people looked at. We come from a mighty long way. I ain't just walk out. We had to fight our way out. There was some death. We lost some people along the way in order for us to get out of there. There was a great victory for us to get out. And then what he had to finally do was to say, let me just go ahead and destroy the thing that's holding you. That was the purpose of Yahushua coming. You didn't even know. You are in Mizraim. Because that's been your longest captivity. You can always refer back to. Look how long you've been sinning all your life. You're in Mizraim. And what he came to do was to destroy the very thing that's been holding you down. Sin. That's been it. Just talking, I got to destroy the very works of it. I got to get it out of your concept. I got to get it out of your grasp, out of your reach. And then when he did it, what became us again? He told us, don't go back there. You know what y'all done? Y'all gone back. That's how y'all can make excuses. Every time you masturbate, fornicate, lust, commit adultery, cheat, hypocrite, flim-flam, scam, everything you're doing, you're going back to Mizraim. Whole purpose of him destroying it was that you couldn't go back. That was the purpose of destroying it. What's to go back? Remember Sodom and Gomorrah? When people come back, you're like, damn. Exactly. Ain't nothing to go back to. But you keep wanting to go back to what's comfortable for you so you can make excuses. But what hurts you is the fact that he told you in 2 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, 6th chapter. I heard you, though. I heard you when you cried. How many of y'all called and asked him for something different? Want to change in your life? How many of y'all prayed for that? You know I heard you. But now you telling me you want to go back. I'm confused. That's why he don't have no problem with destroying us. I know I remember getting a call from you guys on how you were really tired, you were really frustrated, you really wanted to be saved, you didn't want to be down, but now you telling me that you ready to go back? Kind of like a guy, he done got a woman and then took care of her. She said she going to leave. Before you leave, I'll kill you. This crazy. You should have never got with me then. That's how he look at it. He one of them guys where he just not going to let nobody have a girl. Or anybody else have her, he'd rather kill her. Y'all all right? He told y'all he was jealous. What a jealous man tell you? You want to go play with a jealous man? Why? He jealous. I'll kill you and her. You don't want to have her. I come looking for her. You don't want her nowhere among you. You got me? Okay. Let's look at that. I'm trying to let y'all go. Yes, Yahoo. We're going to finish that up too. I had to leave this up here again. Yahoo, see if that's 31 and 1. Y'all almost to the end. Just hang on in there. Listen.
Woe to them that go down to Mizraim for help.
See that? One to them that go down to Mizraim. Y'all need to look at their premise that any of you in here that turn back, go back to do what you're doing. War is destruction to you. The problem becomes you ain't got no fear though. I just told war is destruction. This ain't no heart. Whoa. No. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Any woman I went and get, I delivered her and she called me. She going to try to leave me. I'll kill her before she leave me. And you ought to be afraid. You should be afraid because he got the means to do it. Some of them talking, they won't do nothing. He'll kill any woman that walk off from him. Once she hears, he won't let nobody else have her. Is this a relationship you want? Come on.
And stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many.
What happened?
And in horsemen because they are very strong.
What happened?
But they look not unto the Kudash one of Yasharal, neither seek Yahuwah.
Yeah.
Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his Dabarim.
See that? What happened?
But will arise against the house of the evildoers,
Yeah.
and against the help of them that work iniquity.
Yeah.
Now those of Mizraim are Anus.
Y'all hear that? You do know what they are. They are Anus. And what?
And not Alahim.
What happened?
And their horses flesh, and not Ruach.
And they're not the Ruach. What happened?
When Yahuwah shall stretch out his hand,
Yeah.
both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. For thus hath Yahuwah spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring in his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall Yahuwah of hosts come down to fight for Mount Saun and for the hill thereof.
When that man come back here, y'all in trouble. When this man get back here, now you want to go somewhere else and go with them people? He said all of them that hope, that help, all of them coming down together. You don't want it. We seen a premise of this. When they took the Ark of the Covenant, everybody took it. It was the worst thing that ever happened to them. One number of plagues and diseases. When they put their God day going by, he knocked them over. He said both they that help and this they helping of them, they all going to fall down together. This man going to destroy you. Why would you want to go back to it? Now you cause all these problems to other people because you're going to go, where you going to go and attach? You ain't even think about other people. Who you going to go and attach to and you ain't going to cause these folk hurt and going to cause these folk pain? It's a benefit for you to be cut off from these people. Because you're going to carry yourself back out these people after you done made your covenant. All you're going to do is cause these folk nothing but bitter destruction, anguish, turmoil. Because you done said it, you done made a covenant. And you done say here, you don't try to walk off from your agreement with it. Now you're going to have to give an account. But you called. He didn't call you. He called you. Called him. You said you wanted to change. You said what you was tired of. You talked about your hurts and your dislikes. You talked about how you want to be saved and want to be changed. And then you'll turn around and you'll walk off. He said, but I heard you though. And in day of salvation, he said, I secured you. I ransomed you. You know that devil wasn't going to let you go. I had to pay a ransom for you. Life for life. I had to ransom you. Life for life. Sin called for death. Y'all know that? Sin wanted his reward. Somebody sin. I need to see somebody die. I ransom you, life for life. Everybody, you do know that, right? I ransom you. How you going to go back away from your ransom? How do you run away and go back to your kidnappers? How do you go back to your torturers? These are the people that are afflicting you till you die. I need y'all to be conscious. I just need y'all to be conscious. That's all. Come on, finish this, make y'all. I'm trying to let them go. Mick, y'all. 6 and 4 will be fine. Listen.
For I brought thee up out of the land of Mizraim.
I brought you up out of captivity. Sin holds you captive. Come on.
And redeemed thee out of the beth of slavery.
See that? I redeemed you. Come on.
And I sent before thee Mushah, Aharun, and Marim.
Come on.
O my people, remember now what Balak king of Moab consulted, and what Balaam the band of Beor answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal, that ye may know the Sadiq of Yahuwah.
So you heard what he said about that shit, didn't it? You heard him when that shit went down. He came and consult. He wanted him to curse you. Curse your forefathers. He wanted him to go against you. He said, you heard what happened, right? He said, but I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't do it. I should have, but I didn't listen. One of my men called me and asked me to do something against you. And you know I wouldn't even do that. I stayed faithful to you. But let your mama, your daddy, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, or your friend call you to do something against what I told you to do. Your ass go running. My man asked me to do something against you. My man asked me to do something against you. I wouldn't do it. He asked me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I told him, don't curse him. I told him, don't curse you. That's how much power my man had, and I told him, don't do it. Don't curse him. Y'all hear me? I let him see y'all from the top of the rock. He said, I could see you. He said he wanted his last estate to be like yours. Y'all didn't realize when Yahushua was up on the tomb what he did, huh? He should have cursed you. Because he could see you from the top of the rock. See, where they crucified him, it was a place of a skull. When he was up there, he was looking from the top of the rocks. I could see you. But you know where inner self was? All y'all need to be damned and burned in hell. Don't curse him. He said, you heard what happened? You didn't know about what happened. Your ass was good as burnt. But I wasn't hearkening. I had all y'all who tried to tell me about you. He tried to come and tell me. So y'all had destroyed, killed all my Nabal, tore down all my altars. And he said, I alone am left. But he said, but I got some reserved to me that had not bowed their knees to the image of Baal. I kept you. I made intercession for you. He made intercession against you. Another one of my men. I should have took you guys down a long time ago. And you will turn back and you'll go back to Mizraim on me. Come on, finish it up.
Wherewith shall I come before Yahuwah and bow myself before the Rosh Elohim? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Will Yahuwah be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul?
I had a couple that was here that did that. They left. The prices. I remember they talked to me. But they left and told me, they said they had already made an agreement that if any one of them ever left, the other one stayed here and kept the daughter here. That way she could at least be saved. I said, that was a bad deal. I want to make that deal. First thing I got my mind on, I'm going to be him. I got to be saved. Of course I want my kid to be saved. But they're going to be contingent on me as well. I got to make sure I'm saved first. Anything I want from them, I want from me. Well, I want my kid to be saved for me to go to hell? No. I want to be saved. I want them to be saved. First thing I want from them, I got to want it for myself. I know y'all, a lot of y'all got some idiot thoughts in your mind. I don't know where y'all come up with them from. Let me go to hell to my kid? No, no, no. Yahuwah didn't go to hell for nobody. I don't know where for to see this that bad writing to mess y'all mind up. He went to the grave. Now you be stupid if you want to and keep believing that dumb stuff. The man got you out through obedience. He didn't get you out by going no hell and no fire. Through his obedience, we became recipients. Through us obeying, there was a transfer made. I don't know where y'all get this stuff. Y'all mind bad at him. Nobody ever had this mind y'all had. Let me go to hell so my family. Nobody had that mind. It didn't make sense. How, if it's okay for me to go to hell, it ain't okay for my kids to go? That don't even make common sense. The first thing is to want me to be saved. Well, if I don't be saved, at least say, man, well, this is used to conversation. Well, how am I going to know they saying I'm down there burning in hell? I got to be saved. I don't need the transfer of my wrong to go down on my kids. I've done enough. He's going to recompense you. You know what happened? I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. When he finish this up. I seen a man, my father, live and not cry. Nothing fazed him. I watched him go to funerals. Nothing fazed him. Bro, he was sat there with that same look on his face. Nothing. I see man damn near cut his hand off. He'll take some tape, not even a Band-Aid. He'll wrap that damn thing up, and there he'll go. Bust a piece of metal, hit his leg. He not going to the hospital. That's it. He going to keep going. He didn't care. Walk down through water, unplug a damn refrigerator that's hitting up freezers. He'll walk through the damn water like he Tarzan or something. Unplug. Could have been electrocuted. Nothing fazed him. I watched that man, before he died, in that bed, had to call on that man and ask him to have mercy on him. Please. Please. He was asking to have mercy on him. And I had to sit there and I just watched him. And he let me see. Eventually, you're going to beg for me. I remember sitting in his room, just sitting back at the wall. He laying there, he just looking up, just telling, I need you. He said, please help me. They said he was out of his mind. I'm just sitting here and watching like, he's not out of his mind. I sat right there and I looked. And I had to consider when they told me he was going to die. And he did, right on my heart. Do not pray for him. I didn't even pray for my own father. I like that when they told me, do not pray for him. I had to sit there and watch that man just call him, tell me I need you. I love my dad. Never molested me, never mistreated me, beat the hell out of me, but I needed it. Fed me, paid bills, love him. Don't pray for him. Not for his good. And when he sat there, he made that supplication. I already know. I will not hear him. Make me sit right there. And I had to be obedient. I had to consider. This is my dad. Will he ask me to do something like that? He put no work in. Would it be fair that my dad should have got in from right there laying in that bed who did no service? Tell people that have resisted, that have denied themselves a thing, that have sacrificed to get in. And I should pray for him that he should get in because he just said a couple of words from his bed. That don't even make sense. See, just keep living. He'll put you in a situation where your ass will turn. You can be bold and big. Now I'm good. You know, whatever happened, I deserve it. Nobody in hell saying that. Nobody that go to hell saying that. Everybody now going to be weeping and gnashing. Whole lot of crying and a whole lot of gritting. Whole lot of suffering and a whole lot of burning. You just on this side, you don't consider, I believe him. I don't want to go and find out. Now, you go and you send a letter, it ain't hot, I might read it when I be in the kingdom. But that thing come into my smoking hot letter, ain't for me. I'm good. I already know I got hot. Y'all hear me? Now is the day for us to get it right. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, he will put you, I've never seen my daddy call on it. I used to talk to my daddy years ago. I used to take my daddy to church. I remember when my dad used to come to church in a wheelchair. My kid brother used to bring him up. We started, I used to bring him and get him. I heard him say one time, he said, I'm a member of this other child. I was telling somebody, I'm like, member what? I'm like, I get his ass up, bring him up here or something. Trying to get him right before he died, bring him. I talked to my dad one time, he said, son, don't nobody know where they're going. I said, I won't be picking you up no more. Now that's your mindset with all you here? I said, I ain't got no time to waste on you. So they came down to him suffering, laying in that bed calling on him. Before he started calling, he put in my spirit, don't you pray for him. And I sat right there at that wall, and I just watched him lay in that bed, just living. He was saying, I need you, looking up, I need you. He said, please help me, Lord. Please help me. He just hollering out, please help him. He need him. I just sat there and I watched him. You know, don't you shed a tear for him. Preach his own funeral. I didn't ask him to let him get in. I didn't ask him to blot out nothing, even to this day. And I've never been back to the grave to visit. Unlike a lot of y'all just do what you want to damn do because you're hard-headed. He said, my people, they go here, they lodge him on the grave. I don't lodge him on no grave. When they came, he had them. Why are you seeking the what? Living of what? He already told them, let the dead bury their own. I know y'all out here, y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all so damn hard-headed. Nobody got comforted to do what this man told them. When they got there, he wasn't even there. What am I going to look for? Ass is so hard-headed. Did he say he wouldn't go or he said don't go? People look at it as hard as they hear me. I don't know how. At some point, we got to look at, we got to change how we think. Hell, we done already stuck them in the damn wall, in the ground with a damn water hole. Nobody of our people are buried down in no ground. So damn backwards trying to keep up with these people. Sitting these people telling these damn lies. More folk be more suffering, more pain, sitting there watching that thing go down. I did better not going. And most of you sit there and you trying to put that damn thing, trying to move somebody right there, that their mama go in that ground. Hell, them niggas start digging like a gopher. But them just take it on. They'll be all right. Hell, what are we going to do at the grave? Make it raise up. Listen somebody tell some lies, I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right. I done seen them already in the living. I feel like I did what I supposed to do when he was living. That's good. I made my peace when while he was living. Ain't nothing I can do with him dead. I just got to go and show him at the grave. I just got to go. Nobody's showing you, just showing your ass. All right. I'm giving it, sorry, quick. Second, Beth, Shumawal, 12. Hit y'all dead in the ass right quick. Shumawal. I'll jump down about 10. Y'all don't think y'all be smart. I just watch y'all. Just for the record, don't ever think you're smarter than me. I just watch y'all though. I mean, they be thinking they be smart. They be just doing stuff. Folks be going, be doing. Y'all do little secret shit. Act like you be good. Act like you can't remember. You don't know what he said. And somebody had to remind y'all that. Hell, you already know. Nobody got to remind you. Y'all know what y'all been told what to do. Y'all already know what procedure protocol is. Hell, you just do it anyway. Because you know he ain't said nothing in a long time. Hell, that changed anything? Man, listen, people, these folks that have y'all think, oh, he don't love, that's a lot. Y'all think I love my daddy? My daddy didn't abuse me. I love my daddy, but at some point, a stance I take, I stayed on it. I wasn't going. I'm good. Same thing I told y'all I had to do. He already told us in the book of John. He said, my people lodge among the graves. Why did the Mother King tell them they want to? He's not here. Why are you seeking the living among the dead? See? He's not here. And then they came and they said, you know what? Every year, we're going to go to his graveside. We're just going to visit it. Why he told the man to let the dead bury their dead? They go to. Why would he tell them to do that? Let them sinners bury them sinners. He said, what did he say? Well, don't go to the reception after they eat and then meet me. He told them, let them do that. You're supposed to be following me. Let these people have this shit. It ain't nothing but a sack of damn dirt. Why the hell? Hell, you might well go to, why your ass ain't at Pike Nursery? Why ain't at Home Depot or Lowe's on the damn garden section on your knees crying? Them some of your damn relatives. Old Potty Saul, Auntie Lucy. It's crazy. Because y'all know what? We get caught up, like he told you. The flesh don't profit nothing. It is. These folks have programmed us that we're supposed to do every ritual they give us. This they shit. Why did he tell that man he couldn't go to funeral for his daddy? That's the man's daddy. I just need to go bury them first. He said, let them people bury their own. We just got to let these people start having it. They'll be all right. I take an opportunity, I get a chance to go to a funeral. I ain't going there for them. I'm going there for the living ass. I'm going there because I got something to tell every living man, living woman. I guarantee when I get through, I'm going to rock the house. When I hit them folks, it's like shock and awe. Nobody can't believe it. Who the hell was that? Tony, what? Did he say did he say ass? I said, now I tell him before I say, I know some of you going to ask that I say ass. Yes, I said ass. Don't be asking nobody. Going to be like, how you know that? Because all your ass do that. Because I want to save people. I'm trying to save them before they get to that point that the other person laying there in. Come on. Listen.
Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house,
Sword ain't going to never depart from your house.
because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife.
Listen.
Thus saith Yahuwah, Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house,
Listen.
and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this sun.
Listen.
For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Yasharal and before the sun.
Listen.
And Daud said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yahuwah. And Nathan said unto Daud, Yahuwah also hath put away thy sin, thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of Yahuwah to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
Listen.
And Nathan departed unto his house.
See how he was already setting us up? You know what people ought to consider? Well, a lot of us don't. This caused him to never turn again. This caused that man to never turn. You know what you got to consider? You do something wrong. You do something against me. You create a child. I said, I forgive you. But I'm going to kill the child. You say, what the hell I done did? What in the hell have I done? The child going to die. See, we should have already been looking for a child that was going to come on the scene and going to die for our sin. Yes, sir, y'all who told you that. Under you, you ain't going to believe him. A child was born. Under you, a being was given. The government going to be a part. The weight of that fell on that child. You know, this man here, why you don't know why it happened that way. It happened just the way it needed to, the reason he never turned again. Because he had to sit here, something he loved, something he looked at. This innocent baby got to die because of me? Because of my stupid ass? Because of my damn greed, my stupidity? This little baby who ain't did nothing to nobody got to die. That's exactly what got to happen. Because this will make you turn. You know what he could have no doubt said, like someone said? Let me die. But you ain't learned no death. You ain't learned any of your death. I'll make you learn something when I kill that child. When you had to set in your sight, you watch this son die. After you do everything you can to pray and call and ask, man, I take this child from you love, you'll realize and you'll consider just how bad your sin is. See, the book tell you that. He never turned for nothing else. See, had it happened any other way, he'd have done it again. He knew exactly what everybody here needs. Come on, finish this up.
And Nathan departed unto his house, and Yahuwah struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto Daud, and it was very sick.
Listen.
Daud therefore besought Elohim for the child.
See that? Come on.
And Daud fasted and went in and lay all night upon the arutz.
Mm-hmm.
And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise him up from the arutz. But he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came to pass on the 7th yom that the child died.
Y'all didn't get that either, did it? Yahushua wouldn't eat with them either. He told him, I won't eat with you. I'm sorry. He was the son of Daud. Hitherto my father worked. I do the same thing. He wouldn't eat with them either. Listen.
That the child died, and the servants of Daud feared to tell him that the child was dead.
What happened?
For they said, Behold, while the child was yet alive,
what did he do?
We spake unto him.
And what did he do?
And he would not hearken unto our voice.
That's law. That's your law. You do know what's supposed to happen, right? They don't pay attention now. No, I touch all that. All you need if a husband and wife have a rebellious son, and they bring him before the elder and say, this our son. He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't hearken. He was rebellious to him, they were telling him. So he had a son named Yahusha. What you think would happen when they're going to try to tell him something? He wasn't going to listen. This is your law. Listen.
How will he then vex himself if we tell him that the child is dead?
He said it's going to be a big mess once he finds out this child is dead. It's only going to be worse. What happened?
But when Daud saw that his servants whispered,
Yeah.
Daud perceived that the child was dead.
What happened?
Therefore Daud said unto his servants,
What did he say?
Is the child dead?
And what did they say?
And they said, He is dead.
And what happened?
Then Daud arose from the Aruts,
And he said he can go set up the funeral home and go where now?
and
He didn't go to
washed,
the burial. He washed the baby?
and washed,
Yeah.
and anointed himself,
Uh-huh.
and changed his apparel,
And did what?
and came into the house of Yahuwah,
For the funeral?
and worshipped.
And what happened after that?
Then he came to his own house.
He said he went back to the funeral parlor.
Then he came to his own house.
What that thing to the reception? What they call it? Bypass. He went to the bypass.
Then he
We
came
passed
to his own
bypass.
house,
Pass that old shit on by. Listen.
and when he required, they set bread before him, and he did eat.
And with the other funeral people, what happened?
Then said his servants unto him,
What did they say?
What thing is this that thou hast done?
Is this the repass? They want to know what is this you done? Because you know why they asking what he done? Because what they call normal people don't do this. If normal people did, then they wouldn't have been asking. This happens all the time. What happened, son?
Thou didst fast and weep for the child
While what?
while it was alive.
That's when you need to do all your crying. Come on.
But when the child was dead,
What did you do?
thou didst rise and eat bread.
And went to the funeral? And buried it?
Thou didst rise and eat bread.
What happened?
And he said, While the child was yet alive,
Tell them what happened.
I fasted and wept. For I said, Who can tell whether Elohim will be gracious to me, that the child may live?
What happened?
But now he is dead. Wherefore should I fast?
Why?
Can I bring him back again?
Yeah.
I shall go to him,
What happened?
but he shall not return to me.
Now they learned something else too. I don't know if y'all did. Y'all didn't pay attention or did it? Why Yahushua wouldn't eat with them? He was fasting. He didn't know whether or not Yahuwah might let him stay alive. That's why after he rose up, he sat down and he ate meat with them. It was done. He wasn't going to eat. He was fasting while he was yet alive. Because who knew whether Yahuwah would be gracious? He just tried to tell them when y'all read earlier in the 9th chapter of the book of Mark. These things come by fasting and prayer. Y'all miss a lot. What's our goal? Let's get ourselves right. We're going to work on getting right. The language will come. Y'all got me? Let's speak the language. Let's get the language of stop committing sin. That's good.